Hello, welcome to Chris's Beer Reviews. How are you? Hope you're all doing really, really well. How's your day been for a Monday? Well, how was your weekend as well? Let's see who we got in the chats. Thomas, nice to see you. Hope you're well. I've got some dates, Thomas. I've worked out some dates that we can do your interview. I will ping you those on an Instagram. I said it'd take me a while to work it out, but I have. Might have to be a weeknight if that's all right with you, Thomas, but we'll definitely do that. Yeah, like and share for those that are watching, all two of you at the moment. Like and share. And Kenny, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you in as usual, Kenny. Are you having a beer tonight, Kenny? I know a couple of nights ago you weren't because you had to have a checkup or something. So you having a Monday night beer? And if you are, what are you drinking on a Monday? There's my own comment saying I'll be along in a couple of minutes or 2 secs, and here I am. I'm on. Thomas saying hi to Kenny. It's always good when everybody says hello to everybody. Craig H, how are you, mate? How are you doing? Thanks for joining me. Are you having a beer, Craig? I'm certainly going to be having a few strange beers. I'm certainly going to be tasting a few strange beers this evening. So this evening's theme is mainly about drinking or reviewing the beers that I've had in my fridge for a very, very long time that just keep getting pushed to the back of the queue when it comes to reviewing them. And I'm sure we've all got beers that we all buy, think it's a good idea at the time, and then they just end up being pushed further and further away as you get more beers in. So yeah, that's what we're going to go through. There is at least 8 in there that have been sitting in there a long time. Whether we get through all 8 is debatable. It depends on how good they are, because if they're good I'm going to drink them, and if they're not we can move on to the next one. So yeah, that's the theme. It's drinking those beers that are in your fridge or in your cupboard that you've had for months and just never got round to drinking. So yeah, that's what we're going to do this evening, and hopefully some of them will be all right. I'm a bit concerned about a couple of them, and I don't know whether to start low on the ABV or high on the ABV, because I've got some quite high ABV ones as well and some quite low. I've got stouts, I think I've got IPAs. So where do I start with that? Do we start with the stouts? Do we start with the IPAs? Or shall I just get them all out of the fridge and show you? So I don't know which way to start. I may have a guest joining me at some point this evening. It's not 100% confirmed, but we may do. We shall see. Pete, Happy New Year to you, mate. Hope you're really well. Hope you and Rachel are both well. I had COVID just after Christmas. For Boxing Day, I tested positive for COVID. So it did kind of ruin a bit of my Christmas. So anyone else have COVID over the Christmas period? Or are we all just sick to death of talking about COVID? Edward Boomhead, hello, matey. Hello, matey, to you. How are you? Nice to see you in. Thank you for joining me. Tom's in. Crummy Beard, how are you, mate? Evening. Good, great idea. I really need to do this. Yeah, I've just been looking at them, Tom, for so long, thinking I've either just got to review them or give them away. And then I thought, let's just do it on a live. Let's just go through the lot on a live. Let's just see how we get on with it. Could get messy, couldn't it, really? Kenny's drinking coffee and brandy. Mostly brandy. Coffee and mostly brandy. I'm guessing that's meant to say. Coffee and brandy is always nice, isn't it? Always good, a coffee and brandy. I haven't had a brandy for ages, though, and I do like a brandy. I'm partial to a brandy. Evening, Simo. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. I watched one of your reviews today, actually, Simo. I can't remember which one it was. Oh, it was the Daya. Was it Daya and Boxcar barley wine? It was 11 quid or £11.50. It seemed a bit steep, considering it wasn't superly flavoursome for a barley wine. Beer does not last in my house unless it's over 12%. Yeah, generally, I can make my beers last a little while. But these ones just keep lingering around. I'm going to get them all out in a minute and show you what we've got. Simo saying at the Crummy Beard, I think most of us do. Yeah, we do, don't we? We've all got them sitting there, haven't we, really? I've got all sorts of crap in the fridge and the shed. Yeah, just get it out. Do the lot on a live. See how many you can get through. Simo, I've even got mini kegs stacking up now, for fuck's sake. Mini kegs stacking up as well. That's a beer collection when you've got kegs stacking up as well. That's an issue. You need to get them drunk, Tom. You need to get on them, review them, do the whole lot. I'm going to disappear down below to pull out a load of what I've got in my fridge, and I'm going to show you all. So I'm just going to disappear out of shot. I'll probably keep talking at the same time, but yeah, I'm going to vanish down below. I need to create some more room. Let's have that one out. That one out. That one. That one. And that one. So, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. You up? Don't worry about the bin bag. My daughter's watching me. She's sitting down below, and I've got my laptop set up on top of a case, which is on top of the recycling bin to raise it up. Sit at quite a high bar, and there's a bin bag in the recycling bin. Of course there would be, wouldn't there? That's why it's there, Leah. But yeah, she's sitting there grinning at me from down below. Right, we've got some beers out. You might be able to see some of them underneath my comments, but I'll go through what we've got. One of them is just going to be horrendous. I don't know why I ever bought it in the first place. But let's go through them, and then we can decide what we're going to crack on with. So we've got a bottle of Dragon Stout. I cannot even remember when I bought this. I don't even know if it's still in date. Dragon Stout coming in at 7.5%. And yeah, I've just been ignoring it and ignoring it and ignoring it. I can't even remember when I bought that. It goes out of date in February, so it's getting close to its sell-by date. So we've got Dragon Stout. We've got this horrendous thing. Not entirely sure why I bought that. The Brewdog Tony's Hoppaloney. Probably going to be absolute pants, that one, isn't it? So we've got that one. This isn't even a beer. This isn't even a beer, this next one. And I don't know why I bought. I think I was intrigued by this. Dragon Soup. Dragon Soup. 7.5% alcoholic energy drink. What is that all about? What is that all about? An alcoholic energy drink. Bye, darling. I can't see the need for that. I cannot see the need for these in the market. But then I might be a bit hypocritical because back in my youth, I used to love a vodka and Red Bull. Yeah, Dragon Soup. Horrendous. Then we have this one. I think it'll probably be okay actually, but I just keep ignoring it. A Marks and Spencer's, along with Brick Brewery, Very Berry Sour, coming in at 5.8%. It's just another one that just keeps getting ignored. Absolutely keeps getting ignored. Let's move the phone out of the way. This one I've had a seriously long time. In fact, it is. Is it out of date? No, it's not out of date. Not for a long time. I've had this so long. Willy Tonka. This is a maple vanilla and smoked chili imperial stout from Merslutel Brewery. And yeah, I went off imperial stouts quite a while ago, and that's probably why I haven't got round to drinking that. And it is 13%. It's a biggie. This one, well, they've all been around forever, but I think this is the one that's been around the longest. Popples Russian Imperial Stout, coming in at 9.5% ABV. Don't know what the date is on that, but this has been around a seriously long time in my house. This one I think will probably be all right. Crunch, Hamilton, that'll probably be okay. Peanut butter milk stout, that'll probably be all right, that one. And 4-pour oatmeal stout. So there are some that are reasonable and some that I just think are going to be absolutely outrageous. Let me catch up with some comments because there's been a few. Where did I get up to? Why can't I get my comments to scroll up? Let's go up there. Drink the worst beer first. There was definitely more comments before that. There we go. There is lots more. Shit. So there's loads. Sorry about that, people. Did we get up to that one? Yeah, we got up to that one, didn't we? All sorts of crap in the fridge. We all got those, haven't we? That's right. We discussed the mini kegs. We did. Brett, how are you, mate? Hope you're doing really well, Brett. It's nice of you to join us. Kev, Sharko Brewing, you're in as well. Thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate that. Phil Mitchell. Hi, Chris, mate. How you doing, Phil? You all right? Andy K, nice to see you as well, mate. And Andy K is saying evening to Brett as well. I guess you're recovered and feeling better now. Yeah, I do, actually. I keep getting out of breath quite quick, even though it's been a while since I've kind of tested negative. It's over a week now since I've been tested negative. But I do keep running out of breath every now and then. But yeah, feeling all right. But I kept my taste and smell, which was always a bonus, to keep your taste and smell. New comments. Let's move those down. God, I'm rubbish with this comments business. Guess you're all recovered and feeling better. Yes, I am. Evening, Andy. Drink the worst beer first. Yeah, I don't know what the worst is, though. It's probably going to be that dragon soup, isn't it? Which is peach and raspberry. That's got to be horrendous, isn't it? It's not even a beer, is it? It's a bloody energy drink with alcohol in it. Dragon soup is fab, but tasty as fuck. Yeah, I've had a lot of people say Dragon Stout's good, and I don't know why I've ignored it for so long. I just don't have absolutely no idea why I've ignored it. If you mix one good beer with one bad beer, that should make one average beer. I like thinking, Thomas. I do like your thinking. I like it a lot. I don't think you're like the Tony Hoppaloney. Yeah, I probably don't think I'm going to either. Don't know why I bought it. I think I bought it just for the laugh, and then I just didn't find it funny after a while of looking at it. It's just stayed there. Right then, that's it. Chug the soup and have a chaotic Monday stream. It's definitely going to be chaotic, isn't it? Chugging away on that. Chug the dragon. At least we're chugging the dragon and not chasing the dragon. Most things I've had from M&S recently have been dross. Hope that's a bit better. Now, that's disappointing to hear, Tom, to be honest, because this is made with Brick Brewery, and Brick Brewery makes some outstanding sours. They really do make some outstanding sours. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too horrendous. At the moment, I'm just drinking a Wolfsteiner, but let's crack on, shall we? Because otherwise, it's pointless. This is what I came on here to do. So let's crack on. I don't know what to start with. I'm going to go with the dragon soup. Let's just get the dragon soup out of the way because it's not really a beer. You never know. Might give me a bit of energy to keep cracking on. Simo says, for Christmas, my old man gave me a rack of cans from Lidl Beer Festival. There's 4 or 5 of their MP Stout, which are a bit naff, sadly. Yeah, they're just hit and miss, Aldi and Lidl, aren't they? They really are. Where did we get up to? Loving the Imperial Stouts at the moment. Just ordered some from Vocation. They've got 20% off. Yeah, they've got 20% off. I don't know what it is with Impies. I've just kind of gone off them, to be quite honest. See what this dragon soup is all about. Oh, it stinks. Glad you're doing well. Cheers, Phil. Hope you're well too. At BD Beer Reviews, I saw Home Bargain sell a dark fruits dragon soup and never picked it up. I assume it's just a bit like a punch with a lot of caffeine in it. Yeah, caffeine and alcohol, aren't they, really? Look, that's very, very peachy looking on camera. But in my hand, it looks very orange. What colour would you say that is, Leah? Very orange, isn't it? But on camera, it does look a bit peachy. Let's have a sniff of this thing. What is that all about? What's the marketplace for these? Who are these being aimed at? Who knows? Do you know, it actually doesn't smell too bad. It's got some to it, but it's not as horrendous as I was expecting. It does smell of peach. It has got a big, strong, peachy aroma. Let's just crack on how this one tastes. Cheers. Oh dear. Oh. Yeah, at that time of year, you're right. They are good Impy Stouts for this time of year. Start with the biggest ABV one. It's all downhill after that. Yeah, I agree, Paul. Probably is the right way to do it. I don't know. But this is foul. Absolutely foul. Oh, so peachy. Ridiculously peachy. Ridiculously sweet. Oh. You do get raspberry, but the peach is really perfume peach. Proper perfumey peach. My son would probably like it, but I'm not giving my son at 7:45 in the evening a 7.5% caffeinated alcoholic beverage. What is the point of these? I mean, that's foul. But yeah, someone tell me what the point of these is. You know, because you couldn't think, oh, I need a bit of energy and I'm on my way to work, so I'll cane one of those. What are they for? And I bought this in a petrol station, is where I got this from. So if you're a driver, driving for a living, going into a petrol station, you can't have it. Who's it aimed at? I don't get it, but that is rough. Absolutely rough as you like, that is. Disgusting. Yeah, that's the one. That is the one, whatever one you're talking about. Looks a touch nuclear. It bloody is nuclear. Look at it. I mean, it does look quite peachy on there. It's quite nuclear on the taste as well. It really is. I'll have another mouthful. Oh, no. If you like sweet, if you like really sweet tasting beverages, I mean, that's ice cold and that's making my teeth feel furry. That's dreadful. I don't know why people need to drink that stuff. I've got no idea. Yeah, it is nuclear, Tom. It really is. And okay, yeah, been ages, but used to love the Imperial coffee milk stouts. Coffee milk stouts always good. Do like coffee milk stouts. Talking to stouts, let's do a stout then. Let's do the Dragon Stout. Available in most supermarkets. It's normally in the what's the aisle called, where they have lots of different foods from around the world? The Around the World's aisle. We'll go with that. Yeah, Dragon Stout. But yeah, I've heard good things about this. I have. So we'll see. We'll have a look. We'll see what it's about. Let's get a bottle opener. Oh, I've got to get rid of that taste. Let's have another bit of Warsteiner. Oh, that was rank. The market for soup is mainly uni students or speed cokeheads. It probably is. It probably is. For the uni students that want to stay up all night and get drunk at the same time, and that is probably spot on, isn't it? Probably is absolutely spot on. Beady facts. Absolutely. Mersey Beers, how are you, mate? Nice to see you in. Thank you for coming in. Evening dragon soup for me helps if you're on a session as a pick-me-up, as alcohol makes me fall asleep now and I'm getting on in age. Yeah, I could get your point, but I don't think I'd want to choose that to give me a pick-me-up. But yeah, I could kind of see your point. I definitely think it's probably is aimed at the uni market, isn't it, really? Getting on a bit in age. Yeah, I know you feel. I'm 47 this year. Where does the time go? 47. I'm amazed. But anyway, let's crack on with this. Oh, mate. So a Dragon Stout. I've never had Dragon Stout before. I know there's quite a few reviews of Dragon Stout. Yeah, if you've had it, stick something in the comments and let me know. Dragon Soup is aimed at the clangers. How you doing, Sid? Thanks for dropping in. Dragon Soup to Dragon Stout. Seamless transition. That was complete. Maybe it's a, what's the word? Not psychological. Subliminal. Can't even say that word. But yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? From Dragon Soup to Dragon Stout. It's got to be the word dragon, isn't it? Let's see how this one sniffs. Looks good, doesn't it? Nice and jet black. Doesn't really smell of a lot. It has been in the fridge, so it is going to affect the taste of this slightly. It is going to dull it down. Original Jamaican since 1920. God, my eyesight is ridiculously bad. Really not much going on in the aroma with that. Very little going on the old aromas. Oh, struggling on the aroma. So I'm just going to crack on and taste this one. Cheers. Phil having a chuckle. I said I was going to taste it. Let's taste it. 7.5% ABV, and I tell you what, that's pretty decent. That is actually really nice. I reckon Chris will end up with the filthiest dirty pint at the end of this. There's going to probably be a few cans with some left in them. Could make a cheeky little mixture, couldn't it? Could make a very cheeky mixture. But tell you what, Dragon Stout's all right. That's quite drinkable, that is. It's a shame it's cold. It's a shame it is fridge cold, because I think it is muting the flavours a little bit. But for 7.5%, that is perfectly drinkable and quite enjoyable. That, I would buy again. Don't know why I've ignored that for so long. No idea why I've ignored that one for so long. Hey, Mark, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Have you got them as well, Mark? Have you got all the beers that are just sitting there in your cupboard and your fridge that you've not touched for ages and don't know what to do with them? Because we have all got them, haven't we? Evening, Mark from Beardy. Is it really brewed by the same people that make Red Stripe? I thought Red Stripe got taken over, didn't they? Or am I wrong? No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Heineken. Why isn't that a shit? Brewed and bottled by Desnos and Geddes. Yeah, Heineken own them, don't they? Sole UK importer Heineken. That's a shame. But actually, it's all right. Fair point. Fair point, Mersey beers. But it's actually all right. It's not too bad. It's quite drinkable. Don't mind that at all. Cat, get off the table. Get off. Off. Thank you. Can't have cats on tables. But yeah, that's quite a nice stout. I quite like that. Mark saying hello to everybody. Yeah, it's got reasonable flavour. It's too cold. It is too cold. Only 10 likes. 10's good. I'm happy with 10 likes. But if you want to give it a like, then give it a like. I'm happy with 10 likes. More than happy with that. What's Phil saying? I have Caribbean family and it's popular there. Yeah, I'd imagine it is. What else is popular in Jamaica? Is Red Stripe still popular in Jamaica? Because it has always been labelled as a Jamaican beer, isn't it? Always. Look out, there's a car park aficionado about. There certainly is. Mark loves car park. Have you been around a few today, Mark? Been checking out. There's some good car parks around my way if you want to come and have a nose. My utility room is stacked with them, slowly getting through the pile. Pardon me. Yeah, we just got. That's why I did this live. I thought I've just got to do them all on a live and see how we get on with it. Mark saying hi to Tom. How you doing? I have no cupboard beers as I've knocked beer on the head for a bit. I got 6 cellar beers though. What cellar beers have you got? Oh, I've just jumped a load of comments. No, I haven't. I've only jumped one. Yeah, Heineken, Jamaican subsidiary. Yeah, but it's all right actually. I'd like to try it again, maybe at room temperature, because that is really, it's too chilled. There are some nice flavours in there, but it's really, really subtle. Maybe at room temperature it's going to lift, but 7.5%, that is super smashable. And 7% ABV is around about my sweet spot, 7%. So 7%, 7.5% I really enjoy, and that's quite a nice beverage, I must say. Andy K, overload at Christmas, Brett. Did you have an overload at Christmas, Brett? Drink plenty? I didn't, because I had the COVID, so I didn't. Slurpy's in. Have I missed Slurpy's comment? I have missed Slurpy. How you doing, Slurpy Dave? Thanks for joining. Slurp. Absolute slurp. Overload at Christmas. We did that one, didn't we? Thomas is saying hi, Slurpy. Yeah, everyone say hello to Slurpy. Slurpy's a great guy. Love his jokes. Some of them are so bad, they're just so funny. That's what I love about them. No, Andy, just medical reasons. Fair play to you, Brett. Fair play, mate. What's your address? I've got 24. Yeah, you can keep your Castlemaine 4X. If there's anybody in the chat that hasn't seen it, I did a review, was it yesterday, of the old Castlemaine 4X. Now, in my youth, when I first started going to pubs at 15, 16, it was in every single bloody pub, and I used to drink stacks of the stuff. And then I saw it in an off-license the other day and was just amazed that it was in there in a can, 4X Gold, but my God, was it dreadful. It was so poor. It was unbelievable. Oh, you buggers. Just roadside parallel parking today, I'm afraid. Doesn't hit the spot, does it, parallel parking, compared to a good old car park, does it, Mark? Hey up, Thomas, from Slurpy. But yeah, that's quite a nice stout. Let's move on to the next one. I'll tell you what, we'll stick with the stouts. Let's stick with the stouts. Let's have a look at this one. Merslutal Brewery, the Willy Tonka. It's an Imperial. I need to get this out of the way just because I don't vibe with Imperials at the moment. Maple, vanilla, and smoked chili. Imperial Stout coming in at 13%. So we got a big one. I don't want that glass. I'm going to save that. Oh, it doesn't matter. Sod it. Fuck it. Let's use that glass. So let's have a go on this one. The Dragon Stout. Yeah, that's a thumbs up. Dragon Soup, thumbs down. Dragon Stout, like that one. Enjoying that one. So let's have a go on this bad boy. I've already opened it, so I can't really read. Not that I could, to be honest, because my eyesight's horrendous. But as I've said, it's maple, it's vanilla, smoked chili, has been in the fridge, so that could have an effect on things. Just make sure I'm where I am with the comments. Andy Kay saying, fair play, mate. Fair play. Let's get this one in. See how she looks, how she sniffs, and how she tastes. Does look a bit thick. It's got a head, but that head is going to vanish rather quickly, being an Imperial. Slurpee is the comedian every live stream needs. Absolutely. We all like Slurpee. That is absolutely jet black with quite a dark tan head in this light, but on yours, it's quite light tan. All my lights are behind the camera. So to me, everything looks darker. It's because the light's coming in this way. I need light behind me, really. But yeah, it's just waffle, isn't it? It's just a waffle. Let's see how this sniffs, shall we? Evening, everyone in the chat. Cooking, so in and out of the chat, but listening. I do like cooking, listening to a live. I do that. I quite enjoy that. Maybe I've got COVID again because I can't smell this either. Although I could smell the dragon soup, couldn't I? No, there is chocolate in there. Yeah, it's definitely chocolate. It's predominantly chocolate. That's not how it sells itself, is it? It sells itself as a maple, vanilla, and smoked chili, and all I can smell is chocolate. Yeah, I'm not picking much else out. Yeah, we've done that one comment, haven't we? I'm rubbish at this working out the comments business. But yeah, it smells of chocolate, that does. I'm not getting maple, I'm not getting vanilla, and definitely not getting chili. So let's crack on and see how this one tastes. 30% Imperial Stout. I'm a bit worried about this one because I've said it a million times. I'm off the Imperials. Oh. Cool, that's a bold stout. Oh. And that's why I'm off Imperials at the minute. Quite thick. The mouthfeel on that is so thick. That is incredibly thick. Cool. Have you had it then, have you, Phil? Have you had it? It's certainly interesting. Cool. That is thick. That's going to be a struggle to consume that. Oh. I went through this. The reason I bought that is I went through the stage where I really liked chili in stouts, and I still do. And I like chili. I like chili in general. And I really do like chili in a stout. I've got no issues with it whatsoever. And I did a live. One of my lives was 3 Imperial Stouts, and one of those was a chili stout. And it was after that live, that's when I really went off the Imperial Stouts. And that's why this has sat here for so long. So I had it at the same time. I was going to do 4 Impy Stouts on a live, but thought that would be a bit much. And this one's just been left ever since. And it was from that night. It was the Nerd Brewing one I had. And it just, ever since then, I haven't been able to do Imperial Stouts. The Nerd Brewing knocked me off Imperial Stouts. There was just something about that. And then every time I had an Imperial Stout after that, it just reminded me of the Nerd Brewing, which has kept me away from Imperial Stouts. Oh, yeah, my word. That beer is unreal. You're in for a treat. What, you mean this one? We'll be talking about this one. It is nice, but it's heavy. It's quite full on. It's very full on. Never seen that one before. Willy Tonka, I've had the Tonka and peanut one. Yeah, that's probably quite good. This has really got a seriously thick old mouthfeel. Oh. There is chili. You definitely get the chili, which is quite nice. That 13% booze is massive. I can really feel that 13% booziness. It is quite strong. Definitely getting maple. There is the sweetness of the maple in there, which is adding a bit of sweetness to it. The sweet and chili works quite well together. The vanilla is not there in masses. There is chocolate in there, powdery chocolate. Crap load of variations in that Willy Tonka. Yeah, there are. Oh, that's hard work. If I didn't have all these others to go through, I may, if I was reviewing spit your words out, Chris, reviewing that normally, I might finish it. If I did a normal review on it, I might go and sit on the sofa and take 3 days to finish it, but I probably would. But it is heavy. That's a heavy stout. Still got a lot of chocolate taste in my mouth, and definitely got chili heat sitting with that alcohol, which is it's quite interesting. Nice sessionable one. Yeah, really sessionable. yeah. God, dare anyone to session that. Core. It is all right. Has it made me want to go back to Impy Stouts? Not particularly. It's very thick. Going back to one of Tom's comments earlier, there could be a very strange looking pint at the end of the night, couldn't there? It's too much. It is too much for me. I like the chili. The chili is fantastic. I like the chili a lot. I do like the chili. I've got a 2019 Founders Canadian Breakfast Stout put to one side, Brett. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I like that. Oh, yeah, see, that's too much. Everything about my mouth is just feeling uncomfortable at the moment. Maybe I wouldn't finish that, even if it was a normal review. I'm just off Impy Stouts. That live I did with those 3 Impy Stouts, it's done me. It's just, these things happen, don't they? Sometimes if you have too much of something, you kind of go off it, don't you? And yeah, that's, I can't do any more. I'm going to wimp out on that one and move that one over. It's got good flavour. It has got good flavour. The chili I really like. The maple has a nice sweetness to it. It's definitely got a lot of chocolate to it. I really would have liked more vanilla in it. Maybe I might go back to it in an hour. By that point, my brain have had a few beers and think it's a really good idea to go back to the ones I've put to the side. And maybe the vanilla would have developed by then because it needs it. It needs that vanilla in there. But I've got to have another glass, another mouthful of the Warsteiner. And then move on to something else. Top quality, mate. Probably the best beer I've ever had. Which one are we talking about, Andy K? Dragon Stout or the Willy Tonka? Because it's certainly not going to be the Dragon Soup, is it? Same here. I shared a bottle with Harry. Blue Nose Beer Reviews. Indeed. Glad you enjoyed that bottle with Harry. Well done, mate. Hey, I've had worse in the house. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. I'm late to the party as usual. There's nothing wrong with that, David. Nothing wrong with that at all. What have you missed so far? You've missed Dragon Soup. You've missed the Dragon Soup. Have you reviewed any Dragon Soups, David? I know you review certainly a lot of the park bench type ciders and things. Have you done a Dragon Soup? Be interested to know if you've done a Dragon Soup. It's a caffeinated alcoholic beverage, apparently. So I'd be interested to know if you've had that, David. Someone did say earlier it looks a bit nuclear, and it does. That's still sitting there. Then, David, what else have you missed? There was the Dragon Stout, which is pretty good, actually. And then the one you probably just see me drinking is the Willy Tonka Imperial Stout. So I haven't missed a huge amount. We've still got a few to go. We're doing all right. As I'm not managing to drink them all, other than I'm going to go back to the Dragon Stout because that is quite nice. I haven't finished them all, so we're looking good. So do we stick with a stout, people? Or do I do the other Imperial Stout? Or do we move to something else? My stomach's going to be swilling around with all sorts of goodness, isn't it? Mark saying a nice soft maple is one of my favourite additions in stout and porters. Yeah, maple's all right. Yeah, maple's okay. Got no issues with maple. Maple syrup? No, not whatsoever. Where did I get up to? I've done it again. Got in a mess with my comments. Evening, David. So yes, I am at the right point with the comments. Evening, David. So what should we do next? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We might as well just stick with this. Might as well just stick with the stouts, don't we? Really. Let's get the stouts done. Line the stomach with stout. Sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? Let's do this one. Popples Russian Imperial Stout. Certainly had this one a long time. It's probably the one I've had the longest. Can't even remember when I bought it. It's been so long. It's an amazing beer. You tried Backwards Bastard? No, I haven't actually. In answer to that question, Andy, I haven't. David saying, hi, mate. How you doing? Yeah, as a small woman, it takes a while to get through an Imperial Stout, much as I love them. Yeah, I don't love them anymore. That's the problem. I used to, until I did that live, and I've just been thrown ever since. Too much of something can be off-putting. Yeah, it can, can't it? It does happen, doesn't it, if you have too much of something? It does. You do end up being put off by it. So let's have a look at this Popples Russian Imperial Stout. As I say, I've had this so bloody long. There's absolutely no English whatsoever on there, so I can't tell you anything about it, other than it's 9.5% ABV. And I quite like the label, so I don't know why I've never got involved with it. I know I got it from Trembling Madness. I do remember that. But it was a long, long time ago. A very long time ago. Let's see. So, yeah, that's also a jet black. Pop out to that light. I'm going out of shot with it. No, that's pretty much jet black. Anyone had the Popples Russian Imperial Stout? Oh. Shipstone's bitter is about to get open while I sweat over a pan. Fair play, Mersey Beers. Fair play. What are you cooking? What are you cooking, Mersey Beers? What are you cooking? Shipstone's bitter. Let us know what that's like as well. Yeah, I've reviewed a soup. Never again. I'll have to go and have a look at that one. I'll have to go and watch it. I'll go through your library and have a look, because that was something special. That dragon soup. Certainly nothing I would ever touch again. Awful. But some people obviously like it. Park bench ciders. What a term. Yeah, we love a park bench cider and a park bench lager. I've had worse. I can't wait for the overhopped hype to calm down. Right, let's crack on with... What am I drinking again? Oh, can't even remember what I poured. Popples Russian Stout. Imperial Stout. What am I doing? The Dragon Stout was very Moorish. Yeah, I could agree with that. Ah, Stuntman Steve's in the house. How are you, Stuntman Steve? Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate that. Happy New Year. Bit late. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all, mate. Andy Cow, backward bastard in the cupboard. Good stuff. Popples. This smells a bit vinegary. I mean, I have had this a long old time. There's definitely a vinegar element to this. Cool. Yeah, there is. There's a bit of a vinegary-ness to this, which is getting a little bit concerning. Ooh, that Mersey Beers, Shipstones. Yes, lad. It's a traditional Nottingham brew. Really good bit of old school. I do like a good old bitter. Proper old school, decent bitter. Absolutely love a good bitter. Good ESB or a good proper bitter. Oh, they're fantastic beers. They really are. I got criticised of... I'm going to go off on one now. I got criticised on my John Smith's review that I did as being a beer snob. I think, well, John Smith's bitter, smooth. John Smith's smooth. It's utter rubbish. It tastes of nothing. And I got called a beer snob. And I thought, why am I a beer snob for wanting to actually be able to taste the bitter that I'm drinking? I want to be able to taste it. I want to be able to enjoy it and pick out the flavours. It's not about being a beer snob. It's just about enjoying a proper traditional tasting bitter. And John Smith Smooth is so far from being a traditional bitter. It's ridiculous. So I got quite not offended, but I just thought, can't call me a beer snob for wanting to enjoy my beer and taste good flavours. And I do love a good tasty bitter. There you go. That's my little rant. I'm cooking pepper and pepperoni pasta baked from scratch. Good man. It's got to be done from scratch, isn't it? Well done. Like to know how that turns out for you, but I hope that turns out well. I reviewed the Shipstones on my Pint 365, if anyone wants to know what it's like. I will go and watch that one, Tom. How'd you go with your Pint 365? I like the look of it. I do like the look of the Pint 365. Looks pretty cool. Let's go put that back on there. Yeah, I do like the look of that. Anyway, what am I drinking again? Popples Russian Imperial Stout. That's the most carbonated stout I think I've ever drunk, and that I've had a long time. It's that vinegariness turned into fizziness, turned into nastiness. It's so old. It's been out. It's been in room temperature. It's been in the fridge. It's been rejected from the fridge. It's been abused, that bottle of Popples. It really has, and it might be showing. That is very fizzy. It does have a bit of an acidic or vinegary taste to it as well. I didn't sniff it, did I? Yes, I did. I said it had a vinegary aroma. I've had worse. Just subbed because I want to see the soup. Yeah, go and sub to David on I've Had Worse. His channel's great. Does some cracking reviews, and I love Madam Director as well. Does the filming for him. Cracking channel, David. I've Had Worse. Definitely recommend. I'll recommend all beer channels, but definitely go and have a look at I've Had Worse. Absolutely cracking channel. I love it. I'm not sure about Popples. I think something's gone amiss in there. There's something not tasting very well in there. Let's try again. It's like water, that John Smith's. Yeah, it is. It's just dreadful. It's so far from being a traditional bitter. It's ridiculous. Absolutely is. And people that swear by it, and I know it's one of the biggest selling bitters in the UK. And I just think, well, why is it? Why is it one of the biggest selling beers in the UK? You know, because years ago it probably was good, many years ago, and it's just got diluted over time, isn't it? So I don't think people really realise. And I suppose if you then try and give them a proper bitter, they probably won't like the proper bitter because it might be full of flavour and it's just not what they're used to. But yeah, John Smith's absolute poor, really is. It's a mystery to me as to why John Smith's is so popular, given the lack of flavour. It just does. It just lacks flavour, doesn't it? It's not even, I mean, if you buy the smooth one, it's not even particularly smooth. And the fact that it's kind of nitro, being that it's a smooth one, that reduces the flavour even more. I'm not sure about this Popples. I think it's been in and out of temperatures too many times, and something's happened to that. It doesn't taste very nice. It has got quite an acidic taste to it. It is extremely fizzy for a stout. Doesn't feel carbonated. It feels fizzy, is what that feels. That has definitely got issues, and I shouldn't drink any more of that. So I'm not going to, because that's got a problem. It's been in my fridge, out the fridge, in the fridge, out the fridge, completely neglected and abused. And I think that shows. I think it shows. And I think if I drink any more of that, I'm going to be in a bad way. Tom saying, really like the Pint 365. Only thing I'd say is it doesn't have the convenience of the Beer Monster or Perfect Draft, as you need to maintain temps yourself. But it transforms traditional beer. Fair one. So how do you maintain the temperature? How do you do that? Do you have to have another fridge? Do they come in boxes as well, the 365? Do you get like a box? I could be wrong. And then do you have to try and put that in the fridge and have a tube coming out the fridge? I don't know. I'm just ignorant to them. But I like the look of it. I like the look of it on your videos. I've Had Worse. Thanks very much for the shout out. That's very kind. That's not a problem, David. I love your channel. I think it's fantastic. Really do. I love your fireplace as well. That fireplace you've got in the background is amazing. The only thing you need to do, David, is turn that lava lamp on. You have it on, but you don't have it on for long enough. I want to see the bubbles moving up and down in the lava lamp. You'll never see it. So turn your lava lamp on 20 minutes before you do your review. But yeah, cracking fireplace. It looks like an absolutely beautiful house or cottage. It's probably what it may be. Yeah, it looks lovely. Snapman Steve Lowe, Defu, what you said, I've had worse. Keeps you up and gets you pissed. Yeah, it's gone, isn't it? Yeah, we are creatures of habit. Some folks still enjoy John Smith's. That's the problem. Yeah, we are. I think that is the problem, Paul, is we are creatures of habit, aren't we? And people just don't think about what they're drinking. It's just something they've always drunk, and that's it. And they stick by it, and they won't buy anything else. And you know, if I was in a supermarket and I saw someone putting John Smith's in their trolley, I wouldn't go running up to them with an alternative, because that'd just be a little bit rude, and that would probably be bordering on snobby. But if I can educate people in a polite way when they come round to my house and they pull out a John Smith's, if I've got any other bitters in the house, I will say I'll try that. I won't force it upon them, but I'll just say I've got this, give it a go, and then see what they say. But yeah, we are creatures of habit, and I think people just stick with it, and they just don't realise how much the flavour's diminished over time. And it because they probably because they can't really taste much, they think it is good, if that makes sense. They're just drinking it and they're not put off by it. I don't know, but it's a funny old game, isn't it? The old John Smiths and Tetley's bitter again, another woeful one, not quite as popular as John Smith's, but yeah. Stuntman Steve, as a non-beer reviewer, I've liked John Smith's, but might be because I don't know my stuff. So I don't think it's about not knowing your stuff, Steve. It's just about trying other things, isn't it? Really, just go and look at all the beer reviewers that are out there. There's certainly plenty of them. And just look at their bitters and see what they're drinking and give them a try, really. There's some amazing craft breweries making some stunning bitters. Mad Squirrel, one of my most favourite brewers, they do one called Mr. Squirrel. Really straightforward, tasty, easy drinking bitter that wipes the floor of the likes of John Smith's. Yeah, you can get ones in a box if you want to keep it on for a few days, and ideally you'd engineer it into the fridge. I'm yet to do that. I chill it for a couple of days normally. Yeah, I suppose that's the issue with the 365, isn't it? It does look good. It looks really cool having the big pump. But yeah, you're going to have to get a fridge and then dock to the fridge, aren't you, really? I suppose it depends on how much you're drinking, really, and how quickly you're drinking it. At Tom, I am tempted by the Beer Monster only due to variety of mini kegs. Black Lodge Brewery do craft exclusive mini kegs, but drinking 5 litres of same ale puts me off. That's an interesting point, Mersey, about that. The Beer Monster I do find that interesting because there's so many 5 litre mini kegs you can get. Now, for me, on initial look, it does look a bit of a faff, the Beer Monster, with putting the extra CO2 cartridges in, and that, I don't know if I can be bothered with it, but the variety you're going to get on that is going to be superb, isn't it? Drinking 5 litres of the same ale puts me off. Yeah, I can see your point on that as well. But then I've got the PD, and what's that? That's 6 litres. So you're looking at best part of 10 pints. And it depends on what beer I've got in the PD as to how quick it goes. In the moment, I've got Triple Caramel, which is delightful. And it's 8%. And it's so nice. I do just want to keep drinking it. I've had to tell myself, can't drink any of that tonight because it's so good. So I don't know, maybe it depends on what beer you've got. But if you like drinking different beers every day, then yeah, a keg, I don't know. I don't know how well a keg lasts in a Beer Monster. So I know, Tom, you've got a Beer Monster even. So yeah, how do they do? How do they wear over time? Mark saying, for me, the whole beer game is totally subjective. Absolutely is, mate. My father-in-law likes the cream flow type John Smiths, and fair play to him. Got no issues with that. If that's what you like, then that's what you like, isn't it? That's the way it is, isn't it? But yeah, if someone comes to my house, I won't preach, but I will give them a can of something and see how they get on with it. I did the same with my brother-in-law. He was pretty much a macro lager drinker. To the point now, he's now got a PD and buying Belgian beers on there. So that's pretty good. If you treat it right, they last a couple of weeks. Honestly, the faff after you understand it really is minimal, and you can buy pre-charged kegs. Yeah, I thought I'd heard that. Removing the canister issue. Might give one a go. I think the wife might get the arse if I buy another beer type product. I've done that comment, haven't I? Yeah, Mersey, for that reason, I'm really drawn towards the Beer Monster. The PD is the natural choice, as it's generally brilliant, but it's the biggest flaw is the type of beer you're tied to buying. Yeah, then that's true, Mark. It is true. I think on the PD, they do have new beers come out every now and then, but it is every now and then. And one of the most latest ones they had was Brewdog Punk IPA, which just wasn't particularly fun. Just wasn't very good. The German beers on it are really good, but again, you're limited to about sort of 4. The Belgians, there's mainly all the Leffe ranges and the Triple Caramel, nice. But yeah, it needs a bigger range. The PD definitely needs a bigger range. Absolutely agree with that. They've now brought out, though, they're bringing out a new PD machine that's got temperature control on it, which I think is a good idea as well. But They need to increase the range. They do need to get more people on board with that. It's time for another beer. Time to crack open another one, isn't it? Let's have a look at this comment. Harish, how are you, mate? Nice to see you in. Even all, I used to be a Tetley's drinker a few years ago, discovering great reviewers like our Chris. Oh, very kind of you, mate. And the PD helped me see the light. Yeah, I think the PD does. You certainly get a good experience with the PD. And there is something really nice about pouring your own beer and pulling a tap. It is something really nice. So, yeah, I agree with that. And, yeah, it's great, Harish, that you've discovered more beers from watching beer reviewers. That's fantastic. Stuntman Steve's Tavern, Heavens to Betsy, don't listen to me. I do like to try the odd Champagne high-strength lager. We know you. We know you do, David. We know you like a Champagne. We're certainly giving them a try anyway, and I love watching them, to be quite honest. I need to taste something which I think is going to be nice. Let's have a look at this one. Let's have a look at the Hamilton Crunch Peanut Butter Milk Stout. That's got to be worth a go, isn't it? I'm really running out of glasses. I should have got more glasses prepared, really. Let's put it in that one. Let's whack it in that one. Supporting smaller breweries is one of the main draws of the Beer Monster for me. You can literally buy a keg from your local brewer and whack it in there. Absolutely, Paul. Couldn't agree more. Some of this, I don't know how small Tring Brewery would class themselves as, but Tring Brewery, that are just up the road from me and Paul, they do some nice kegs, but they just do some good beers. There we go. That's that one in the glass. That looks all right, doesn't it? Crumbly's long-term review of the Blue Monkey Stout is the perfect type of market research for people regarding the Beer Monster. Well, there we go. Give that one a go then. Evening, Scott. How are you, mate? Just popped in as I'm watching Around the World in 80 Days and vastly more entertaining than you. I've got no doubt about that, Scott. No doubt about that whatsoever. But thank you for popping in whilst watching the TV. Cheers to you, mate. Hope you're well. Yeah, Paul, we've done some well during the pandemic, looks more inwardly and locally for produce, and the PD, for example, goes against that train of thought. Oh, this is nice. That's better. Hamilton Crunch, Peanut Butter Milk Stout. That is actually very nice. Really easy drinking, 5.4%. That is nice. Another local brewery to me is Chiltern Brewery. They mainly do ales, traditional ales, but they do some good stouts as well, and really good, proper dark beers. Really, really nice. Have you ever sat there and Googled how many breweries there are around where you live? You might be surprised. I thought it was a cracking video, mate. It showed everything that people need to know. Absolutely. Oi, oi, Chris, you sexy beast. Cheers, John. It's been a long time since someone called me a sexy beast. I appreciate that, mate. How are you? Nothing wrong with the PD. Absolutely nothing wrong with the PD. I love mine. Would be good if it had a bigger range. But yeah, I love my PD. Absolutely love it. And like I say, my brother-in-law, who was generally a macro beer drinker, obviously he started trying some craft beers, and I'd buy him the odd one here and there and get him tasting to the point where he's now got a PD as well, which is fantastic news. Yeah, it does, unfortunately, Mark. I fancy a PD too, to be fair, but yeah, you're tired of the range. You are tired with the range. It takes them a bit too long to get new ones in. The range they've got are good. The German lagers are good. And their Oktoberfest lagers, the Lowenbrau Oktoberfest, was absolutely outstanding. It really was. John is saying they have sold so many beer monsters, they're sold out until the beginning of February. Really? I'm surprised at that, but that's good, isn't it? And they're to be fair, they're quite a good price, aren't they, when you compare a beer monster to a PD, and even the sub Krups. I think the sub Krups is too expensive for what it is. I really do. Yeah, Paul, being tied to their selected beer range is the only flaw of the PD, but it's a blooming big flaw. Yeah, I think it's got to increase. I think if machines like the Beer Monster come out, PD have got to, or Beer Hawk have got to take note of that and start going to other breweries and getting more beers on them. But yeah, I do enjoy it. To be fair, I bought most of them at Lord's Brewing. Here we go. Harris, you're absolutely right. Looks better than the 4X Gold you reviewed the other day. This looks much better and it tastes much better. This is really nice. I'm enjoying it. Lovely chocolateness, and the peanut butter is in there. It's 5.4%, so the mouthfeel's not massive, but it's nice. Certainly drinkable, certainly enjoyable. I probably should have reviewed it. Why I've just ignored this one forever, I've got absolutely no idea. Yeah, we've done that comment. Lord, John is saying PD is a great machine, but it's a shame it's driven by macro breweries. Yeah, I get that, but the Leffes are really good, and the German lagers are really good. Stella Artois is a joke. Stella is a joke. I've never had Budweiser on the PD, and I never will. But Stella was really poor. But the German lagers, the Spaten, the Lowenbrau, the Hertog Yang is fantastic. Hertog Yang on the PD is absolutely superb. But yeah, it would be nice if, well, if you call it macro, you might as well put Brewdog in there, because they did the Punk IPA on the Perfect Draft, and Brewdog are as good as macro, aren't they? Magic Rock, their Stout on the Perfect Draft's pretty good as well, actually. That's not bad. You have Crummy. There you go. You have Tom. You have me. Scott, I really like the look and functionality of the PD, but the beer choice is a sticking point for me. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're talking about, isn't it, really? Is the choice. But the Beer Monster does come across as a good option because of the range you can get. And I agree with what Paul says. There's so many small breweries that sell kegs, and I think it's really good. And it also means, beer shops can get a range of kegs in, and they're probably going to sell them, because even if you haven't got a Beer Monster with a lot of the mini kegs, you don't even need a beer machine for those anyway, do you? You can just pull out the thing at the bottom, it pours, press the tap and it pours. So yeah, the Beer Monster I think could work. I'm glad they've sold loads. I think that's really good that they've sold loads. Son's in the room. He's creating mayhem, as you can probably hear in the background. As per, absolutely. Simo is saying there are plans to build a new plant in Wales for the PD. They brought out the new Pro model that's in beta stage, and the aim is to get more breweries from UK on board. Well, I hope they do, Simo. I really hope they do. I know Barry Ford of Beer No Idea, he's got one of the new PDs with the temperature control, and as you say, it is in the beta mode. And he has to do a certain amount of things with Beerhawk with them. But yeah, if they're going to, and it's a much bigger machine as well, which could put people off with the new PD. But yeah, if they're going to bring in more breweries, then bloody happy days. I'm all for that. Absolutely. Chris, have you had the Imperial version of that cruncher? The New Bristol Brewery one. It is Adam, isn't it? Mersey Beers. That is Adam, isn't it? Yeah, I have actually. So that I think is about 10%. And yeah, I did enjoy it, but I preferred the one that was at the 6% mark. But I did have it, and I rated it and enjoyed it. But I did prefer the 6% one. The New Bristol Brewery Big Cinder. There was Cinder Toffee Stout, Big Cinder Toffee Stout, and bigger Cinder Toffee Stout was the Imperial. It was good. I did enjoy it, but I did prefer the one that was at the 6% mark. Absolutely did. And that's why I'm kind of enjoying this Hammertown Peanut Butter Milk Stout. It is really nice. Very drinkable. Really easy to drink. Oh, now I've pressed the wrong button again. Pressed the wrong button. Jumped a million comments. Where did we get to? I'm rubbish with these comments. We did that comment, didn't we? We did that one. Peter's Great Machine. We did that one. We did that. Scott really like the look. Yeah, we did that one. Excuse me while I try and sort these comments out. I'd say the Beer Monster does have the build quality. Oh, I didn't do that comment, did I? I would say the Beer Monster doesn't have the build quality of the PD. I can't comment on that because I haven't got a Beer Monster. Build quality of the PD. I mean, it's quite... I mean, it does feel substantial, the PD. It is quite plasticky in some respects. And I have decorated mine, as you can see. It's got a wrap on it. And it does work well. It does function really well. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to comment on the beer monster. We did that comment, didn't we? Fucking hell. We did this comment as well. Jesus Christ. I don't know how the likes of Paul, Scott, John, and all the other channels that have got thousands of subscribers, how you keep where you are with the comments, because I lose them and I have to keep scrolling up and down to find how I was. And I don't have as many people watching as you guys do. I don't know how you do it. So that's going to now hide that. Let's go on that one. They were in talks of Brew York, apparently, but they weren't keen on the idea of being stuck at a constant 3. Yeah, which may be why they've come out with, they've finally done the temperature control version, because maybe that could be off-putting for a lot of breweries, is the fact that it's 3 degrees. 3 degrees is great for lagers, but some of the Belgian ales, when I put it in, when I see that machine's at between 8 and 10 degrees, that's when I have my first one out of them generally. It's when they're not down to 3 degrees, and the taste difference is different. And do I want to pour a beer at 3 degrees and then sit it on the side for 20 minutes to warm up? Generally not. So that could be the reason, couldn't it, for a lot of breweries? That'd be great if they could get more independent breweries. It really would. It really would be good if they could. That'd be fantastic. Chris the Butcher's in the house. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well, mate. Hope you're well as well. Hope you're doing well. True, John, but the beer monster is around 100% cheaper, absolutely, than the PD out the box, and the ongoing purchasing of the 5-litre mini kegs will be cheaper than the PD kegs and far more accessible. Yeah, that £100 cheaper, certainly in this day and age, is a factor, isn't it? Absolutely is a factor. Have I been tempted to buy a beer monster? Have, but haven't. And the ongoing purchase. It depends on how many kegs you're drinking as well of the PD, because it depends on which way you look at it. You get the £5 keg return back. You obtain beer tokens for each keg you buy. And there's been occasions when I've bought a keg for about 15 quid. Okay, I've built up some tokens and the £5 keg deposit vouchers. I don't know, but I do like it. I do love the PD. Absolutely love it. Tom Stocks, haven't seen you for a while. How's it going? Going well, mate. Hope you're going well, Tom. What you're drinking at the moment, if you're talking to me and not everyone is in the chat, I am on the Hamilton Peanut Butter Crunch Stout, or Milk Stout. It's very nice. I've got 3 more to get through on this live. 3 more to get through. Mark saying, yo, Tom. Yo, Tom. Yeah, I guess so, Mark. It's horses for courses. Everything's horses for courses, isn't it, really? Everything really is. I'll tell you what I haven't done since I've been on this live. And I'm drinking beer, and I've been on just over an hour now. So I haven't had a vape. I normally vape. I haven't had a vape, and it's been in my hand the whole time. Matches the jumper. So I'm going to have a vape while we catch up with some comments, and then I'll crack open another one of these beers. I'm delighted that there's 18 people in. That's fantastic. Really am delighted with that. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in. Did that comment, didn't we? That's Scott. Yeah, the Krups doesn't even register with me, if I'm honest. No, it doesn't with me either. I think the price of the Krups, what are they, 2-litre mini kegs? 2-litre mini kegs, and some of them are quite pricey. I've had a look at how much some of those kegs are, and they are pricey. And 2 litres isn't much, is it? Yeah, I could see why people would kind of give up on them fairly quick, just because of the price. If they were lower in price, it'd be quite nice. You could have a load of torps, they're called, aren't they? Torps, loaded in the fridge, chilled. One's empty, bang another one in. But the price of them, I don't think that's good value for money. I really don't. Yes, Adam. Yes, it is Adam. Good. It took me a while. It took me a few seconds to work it out. It is Adam. You're right. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, Beerhawk wanted to conduct an interview conversation with everyone who bought the machine via Zoom. Yeah, they did. I think they also wanted them to fill in a questionnaire thing after X amount of days. You're absolutely right. They did, Simo. I read it. I read some of it when they released it. I couldn't justify paying for the machine. However, I think if you do those Zoom calls with them, it wasn't even just Zoom calls. It even said they could have a representative come round your house. No thanks. And talk to you about the machine and film it. You do get an obscene amount of beer tokens for it, but nah, I wasn't doing that. They get some of that £150. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Exactly what I've just said. I think they can even earn more out of it than that, which is quite nuts, really. Some English style ales would enhance the PD range. Yeah, I agree. The link to AB InBev could scupper things. It does scupper things, Harish. It does. You're absolutely right. It really does. And I don't know what kind of contract they've got with AB InBev, but I think it's probably the likes of Brewdog that can pay to jump in on that. They need to kind of move away from AB InBev. I think they do need to move away a little bit and get other brewers on board, because I think they would. I think they could do it. Christopher Chart, I love a PD, but just can't justify the price when I'm happy drinking Stella and Heineken out of a tin. And there's nothing wrong with that, Chris. I know you love your Stella. I know you love your Stella, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you like, that's what you like, mate. You can't argue with that. Don't worry, Chris. I don't keep up with the comments either. I get drunk and forget everyone's names most. It does take you a while to catch up with the comments, Paul. That's a fair point. I'm going to relax on the comments. It does take you a while. I've got to bed most of the time, except for Saturday night. I think Beer Monster will have a better version in a couple of years, probably. If it's selling well, John, and like you say, it's sold out, then absolutely. They might produce a better one. Evening, Eddie. Evening, Sid. All right, let's do another beer then. I've still got a bit left on that. Tom's right. I'm going to have a very interesting looking pint at the end of the night, mixing all those. Let's go with... I'm going to move away from the stout. I've got another stout. I've got the 4 Pure. But let's move away. Let's have a laugh, shall we? Let's have a laugh. Let's... Not that the mood's not light, but let's lighten the mood even further. And have a look at Brewdog Tony's Hoppaloney. God, I've had this a long time. A white chocolate and raspberry milkshake IPA. Well, there we go from the off. I'm not a big fan of milkshake IPAs. However, I did have a milkshake IPA a couple of weeks ago that was just outstanding. And that was from New Bristol Brewery, which was one of my breweries of the year last year. That was really good. But generally, not a fan of milkshake IPAs. So let's have a look at this. Brewdog Tony's Hoppaloney. Let's see. Has anyone had this? I bet some of you have had it. It's all gone in the glass. God, I'm going to have some glasses to wash up tomorrow. There it is in the glass. It's not super hazy. It is hazy, but not super hazy. It looks, there's loads of tiny, there's thousands of little micro bubbles in there. Very clear at the bottom, obviously not in the body, but my God, is that carbonated? There is literally thousands upon thousands of the most smallest bubbles I've ever seen. Reasonable head. See how this little bad boy sniffs. Smells sweet is how that smells. Yeah, John, they've had some great early success, and hopefully that will spur them on to bring out a new and improved system soon. Absolutely. It's good when people have success. I like success. Depends on where you go with that success. Brewdog. Hey, Salty's in the house. How you doing, Salty? I love a milk stout. Great style that isn't seen much anymore. There are some good milk stouts out there, Salty. There are some cracking milk stouts out there. This actually smells okay. That smells very, very fruity. Very, very sweet. Just going to go back to the dragon soup. No, that's rank. That's rank. There was something about this that just smelled a bit sweet and made me go back to sniffing the dragon soup. But no, this smells way better. Very fruity, but it does smell super sweet. It really does. Before I take a mouthful, let's look at this comment from Tom Stocks. I have a confession to make. I still don't have a beer machine yet. That's not a confession to worry about, Tom. A lot of people don't. There's plenty of people that don't have a beer machine, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever, mate. As long as you're drinking good beer, it doesn't matter whether it's out of a machine, out of a can, doesn't matter. That smells all right. I can't believe I'm saying that. Let's have a taste. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, it's perfume in a can. Oh, that's perfume in a can. Where is the can? What did I do with it? White chocolate and raspberry. Oh. You get the raspberry, but boy, is that perfumey raspberry. The white chocolate you kind of get, which is giving it that milkshake feel. It does have a milkshake feel, but oh boy, that's interesting. It's actually changed. It's not the initial taste was rank. Well, not rank, but different. It's kind of improved slightly. Oh, it's really perfumey. It's really, really perfumey. John's saying hello to Chris the Butcher. Hey up, Chris the Butcher. And John's also saying hello to Salty Popcorn. Always good to have Salty in. John's also saying hi to Mersey Beers. It is milky. There's got to be lactose in that. God, that's got to have lactose in it. I'll be amazed if that doesn't. It will have lactose in it. It has got that milkshake feel. The raspberry, there's parts of that raspberry in there that actually aren't too bad. They're actually quite pleasant. But then it finishes with quite a perfume. Has anyone had Brewdog's Parma Violet? Because that perfume in here reminds me of Parma Violets. And I've not done the Brewdog Parma Violets because I don't like Parma Violets. But there's an element of that reminds me of it. Really does. Wow, I've got 24 people watching. And that's staggering. I think that's the highest number I've ever had watching one of my lives. 24 or 25. So thank you all. Give it a like. Do that. Do that business. Press that like button. Mark's saying, well, no, he is saying, not even 4 full pints in a torp. May as well buy some full 40ml cans or 500ml bottles of beer that they offer. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what puts me off. That is what puts me off with them, is the price for what you're getting in them. Tom's had to step out for a moment. What beer are we on now? Don't have to apologise for stepping out, Tom. I appreciate anybody watching. People need to step out or come off watching. I've got no issues with that. I'm just delighted that there's 25 of you in here watching. I'm blown away by that. Absolutely blown away. But what we're drinking at the moment, Tom, we are drinking Brewdog's, Tony's, Hoppaloney, white chocolate and raspberry milkshake IPA. It's interesting. It's very milkshake-like. It is very, very milkshake-like. The aroma is very sweet, very fruity and very sweet. You do get kind of hoppiness to it. You definitely pick up the raspberry. I'll tell you what it reminds me of. And it might sound a bit strange. And if anyone's had this, feel free to cuss me. It reminds me of layer cake. It kind of feels like it has got a gooiness to it, like layer cake does. And I don't mind layer cake. It's one of the Brewdog beers I don't mind is layer cake. I generally find Brewdog stouts better than everything else. Roaster Coaster, their Vietnamese coffee stout is outstanding. But the layer cake I don't mind. And this has got, it kind of gives you a gooey feeling at the back. But it's the perfume element to this that I don't like. That reminds me of Parma Violets. And what does that mean? Is that one of those? That's obviously going to be a spam type thing. Vom.red. Mark, he's just cracked a can of Foster's meat. Foster's, now there's a lager. What a lager. Tom's having a laugh. Glad you're having a laugh, Tom. Chris, you might want to get a mod. You have a Russian spam chat bot in. Yes, I do. You might want to get a mod. Yeah, I've got no moderators whatsoever. None whatsoever. What's the danger of that being in here, John? Is it dangerous or is it just a comment? No idea. I don't even know how you'd put a moderator on, to be honest, John. How'd you do that? How'd you put moderators on? I'm shit with technology. I'm fucking terrible. I don't even know how you do it. Get Stella down your neck. Good old Stella. Do you know, I used to drink Stella in the fucking bucket load years ago, non-stop. If I was going to buy lagers for the night, it was Stella. But I don't know how long you followed my channel for, Chris. The reason I used to drink macro lagers all the time. Absolutely, I did. And Stella was my main one that I would go to. Stella, Carlsberg Export, all the ones that I would go to. Wasn't really drinking them for taste, just drinking beer. And I don't know if you know, Chris, I've got health problems. I've got Crohn's disease, and my wife always said the Stella was upsetting the Crohn's disease. And eventually, after telling her for so long that it wasn't, I had to acknowledge it. And that's what got me on the craft beer journey. I went on a craft beer journey to see if there are any beers that didn't upset me. And most of the craft beers don't. But I was a big Stella fan, Chris. Big Stella fan. Although I had Stella in the PD and didn't like it. Wasn't happy with that. Whatever happened to Stella 4%? Whatever happened to Stella 4%? Yeah, the old Stella 4. What did ever happen to that? I mean, what is Stella now anyway? It's probably not off. Is it 4.6 now? So it's probably not far off anyway. No, please not the Hoppaloney. It's fucking baloney is what the Hoppaloney is. It's not good news, the Hoppaloney. It really isn't. Yeah, it's shite. Yeah. David Wilson's in the house. David, how are you, mate? Nice to see you in. Hope you're doing it really well as well. Shit, I've got 27 people in. That's amazing. John saying hello to David. What I do really need is I could do with a pee, people. So yeah, I might have to go for a pee. Mark saying hi to David. David's a cracking guy. Paul saying hello to David as well. I don't have a beer machine either. And like I say, there's nothing wrong with not having a beer machine. There really isn't. I hope I haven't ever come across as saying you've got to have a beer machine, because you haven't. You really haven't. There's so many cracking beers in cans and everything else. You don't need a beer machine. I just happened to be in a position where I could afford one day. That was all. And I bought the PD. And I'd been researching them different beer machines for so long. And then I got to the point where I was in a position where I could buy one, and I went for the PD. But there's nothing wrong with not having a beer machine. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Tom is saying to Tom Stocks, I have a confession. I have too many beer machines. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Nothing wrong with having as many beer machines as you possibly can. I'm all for that as well. I do need to go for a wee. I'm going to have to go. Don't go anywhere. I will be back. Don't go anywhere. Late night love. I am back, people. I am back. I'm not even going to put my mic on my jumper like I normally do. I'm just going to put that straight on there. We'll be up to the comments, people. What was I drinking? I was drinking that baloney, wasn't I? Ha, Crumby. Each to their own, I guess. Absolutely. Everybody's each to their own as well. Johnny saying, I can see you're loving that beer almost as much as Sunset Cocoa. Ah, John, me, you and Sunset Cocoa. Paul didn't like it either. Come on now. But yeah, that's pretty Paul. Oh, it's the perfume. It's the perfumery effect of that. It's just not good. Let's have some Warsteiner to get rid of that. Harris is saying, unlike drinkers of other alcoholic beverages, we beer drinkers generally respect you like what you like. Absolutely. Just finishing off my Golden Drac. Oh, very nice. Well done, Lidl, for selling the Belgian six-pack over Crimbo. Yeah, that Belgian six-pack. They do it every year, don't they? It's fantastic, that Belgian six-pack. And for the money as well. Is it like $11.99? It's incredible. Love that. Johnny saying, Harris, you are 100% correct. You are, mate. Sunset Cocoa is just ahead of its time. It ain't. It'll be all the rage in a few years. I'll say no more about Sunset Cocoa. I'll say no more. We've discussed it enough, John. Harris, that's a great pack. Lidl usually have a couple of times a year. Yeah, they definitely have it certainly once a year that I know of. If they're doing it a couple of times of the year, I need to keep my eyes open a little bit more, don't I? Chris, you're a legend, mate. I've hit that like button. I've hit the like buddy, so that makes me number 20. Cool, 20 likes. That's really good. 20 likes. I'm delighted. Let's do. We've only got 2 left, people. We've only got 2 left. Let's do the Marks and Spencer's 5.8%. Very, very sour. It's fruity, it's jammy, and it's in a collab with Brick Brewery. Now, Brick Brewery makes some immense sours. Absolutely immense sours. I had a Brick Brewery sour sometime last year and I didn't review it, and it's one of those beers where you just think, so should have reviewed that. The tastes on it were incredible. It was literally like biting into fresh fruit. It was unreal. And that was from Brick Brewery. So let's see how they do on a collab with M&S. I'll tell you another one Brick Brewery did, and I did review that, was their strawberry and cucumber sour that they released around about the same time as the Wimbledon tennis competition. And that was very good as well. Really, really good. Crummy beard, highly unlikely. Paul is saying, yes, Simo, spot on. I took that Beerwolf survey. Be interested if they change anything. Their Toros are too overpriced. They are too overpriced. They really are. Tom is saying, hashtag bring back Mount Helix 12-pack. Mount Helix, good beer, good beer. 27 likes now, Chris. Woohoo! Boom, boom. Loving that, people. Press that like button. David Wilson. Had the Parma Violet, smelt better than tasted. Wasn't awful. I just can't bring myself to try the Parma Violets. I know you can still buy it, but I just don't like Parma Violet. I really don't. My daughter does. My daughter really likes the Parma Violet sweets. This looks pretty good for a sour. Berry sour in the winter. Whatever next. Don't worry, Paul. We knew you meant torps, mate. We knew damn well you meant torps. Neil Smith, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you, Neil. Chris, not commented before, but congrats on your reviews. Always had a watch and learn. Well, that's very kind of you, mate. Got a pack of Arbor's Massive Zaka and Lord's Brewing Stonecrow ESB. Great way to kick off. It is a great way to kick off 2022. Arbor's Massive Zaka is very, very good. And Lord's Brewing Stonecrow ESB is fantastic. I did review the ESB, obviously, as you know, Neil. That's a cracking ESB. Very, very cracking ESB. I've got another video cut. I need to order some ESB, actually. I need to go on. I have a beer subscription with Lord's. And the ESB was in that on this subscription. But I'm going to go and buy some more because I want to compare it. I want to compare it to Fuller's ESB. And there's another ESB that I was going to compare it to and do a 3-way, which was actually New Bristol Brewery's ESB, but I don't think they're making it anymore. So I'm going to do a 2-way, probably. And or I might find another ESB and compare it. But that Lord's ESB, Stone Crow, boy, that's serious. Good ESB, so I'm glad you're enjoying that. It's a link to steal people's details, and then we need to get rid of that, then don't we, John? How do I put mods on? Because I've got no idea. No idea. What a combo. Absolutely. Right, let's crack on and sniff this. Very berry sour. It's fruity and jammy from Marks and Spencer's and Brick Brewery. No, there's something going on with my sense of smell. How many drinks have I tried tonight and I've had issues with smell? Yeah, I'm kind of struggling with that as well. Perhaps I need to do another lateral flow test. Might have to do one later. I can't have COVID for a third time. Twice is enough. It's not twice as nice either. Shit joke there. Shit joke linked to Audi's twice as nice. But no, seriously, I'm struggling to smell that other than yeast. I'm getting a yeastiness, which isn't always a bad thing. With a good sour, a bit of yeastiness. Yeah, there's not much aroma going on there. Putin has been banned from the chat. Go on YouTube, Chris. Go to the 3 dots by the name and make them a mod. Right, so how does that work, John? Because I'm streaming on StreamYard. So do I then have to open another device that's on and open my live on YouTube and then go to the 3 dots? Is that what I have to do? Terrible, isn't that? How bad I am at technology. But yeah, I just go through the StreamYard website to do my lives. There's 26 people watching. I'm actually blown away. So then do I need, let's just say for example, John, if I open my phone, go on YouTube, find my stream, is that how I do it? Let me know, John, because I'd really appreciate that, mate. Really would. Because I've got no idea. Wow, Chris is still alive from drinking all those wonderful beers. I am, Kev. To be fair, there's a few of them that I haven't finished. There could be a very interesting cocktail at the end of all of that. 4.6 now, mate. Yeah, Stella, 4.6%. Maybe that's why the Stella 4's gone, because normal Stella's 4.6. But yeah, I used to smash Stella, mate. Absolutely used to smash the life out of it. Right, yeasty. This just smells yeasty, which isn't always a bad thing with a sour. Let's see how this one tastes. Cheers. Someone mentioned this earlier. I can't remember who it was. They mentioned this earlier and said they weren't impressed. I can see why. I've had a few Brick Brewery sours, and the Brick Brewery sours are immense. This one has clearly been made to a budget. It's not bad. It's not horrendous by any measure. I mean, it's got a good colour to it. Nice kind of almost dark cherry. Oh, that reminds me, John, if you're still in here, John, which I'm sure you are, what does, on this glass of yours, John, which is a lovely glass, you probably can't see, everyone, you probably all can't see that, the Lord's Brewery dripping logo. And it says Sleeper on the other side. I was watching you the other night. I think it was that night you were pissed and cussed me, John. You spoke about the Sleeper stuff. And I missed most of it. What is the Sleeper? What is the Sleeper stuff, John? As this is in one of your glasses, but it looks nice. It's got a lovely cherry colour. Taste-wise is okay. It's all right. Hey up, Shark. St. Paul is sticker today. Ooh, stickers. I like stickers. It's fruity. It's berry-like. Blackberries. Almost red currant-like. It's got a nice tartness to it that you'd get from a red currant. It's got a thicker mouthfeel than you'd expect for 5.8%. It's all right. It's not bad, actually. Has got that yeastiness to it, which isn't too bad. But Brick Brewery make cracking sours, and Big hit of blackberry then. Yeah, Brick Brewery makes some cracking sours. And if anyone's never had anything from Brick Brewery and buy this from M&S, then you haven't enjoyed it. Ignore that and go and buy a proper Brick Brewery sour, because they can make their sours are absolutely amazing. Chris is saying evening to Kev. We all like that. Paul is saying, look out, the Yank Yahoo is in. He is. David is saying hi to Kev. Hi, Kev. Mark saying hi, Sharky. Sharky baby. How are you? Get out. There's Nick's comment. I'm amazed. There was the best man at my wedding, and he's in my comments. Darren Major. How are you, dude? Sent you a message earlier. You haven't replied. Yeah, Darren Major, my bestest friend. Best man at my wedding. He's finally in my chats. He's finally on my live. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing really well. I'm blown away that you're in it. So thank you for coming in. Crummy Beard, Sassy Shark, do, Sassy Shark, do. Is that meant to be the Crazy Shark theme, Tom? Is that what that's meant to be? How does the Crazy Shark go? Do. Oh, fuck it. I know the Crazy Shark, whatever it's called. And I wind my daughter up relentlessly with doing that sound thing. And now, and now it's gone from my head. It's because your pronunciation of it, Tom, is so bad. I can't get it right. But yeah, Crazy Shark theme annoys the hell out of everybody, didn't it? Oh, I do know it. I'd rather be a Yank Yahoo than a British Yahoo at Paul's Beer Reviews. Interesting. Do need to get over to America at some point. Some of the American breweries do make some outstanding beers. Yeah, like to get over there. Oh no, see, John, I've got another one of these spam comments, haven't I? You haven't told me I was right about whether I now have to log into YouTube, mate. Oh, you heard that? I did. When I went off my Wii, I did pick up the mic out of shot and give it a late night love. I was on watching John, Mark, and Paul. Was it last Thursday? Came home from work late. I didn't get in till gone midnight, and I was amazed they were still on. And when I turned it on, it was like I'd just landed in a different fucking universe. John was just nodding his head to some random music he was playing in the background. Then Mark and Paul got on the whole Graham Torrington, Late Night Love, and just talking into their mics in that sort of deep kind of tone about Late Night Love. It was hilarious, absolutely bloody hilarious. So when I went off my little wee earlier, I thought, I've got to do it for him. I've got to give him a bit of Late Night Love. It's fantastic. Hello, John. Did you send one to Tom also? Well, did you? Did you send one to Tom, mate? Did you send one to Tom? Man's asked you a question. Keep your mic on. Is this in reference to my Late Night Love? You were the best at it, though, Paul. I'll give you that. It was fucking hilarious. I was in bits. I'd had a bit of a shit day at work. Came home to that live, and it was just unreal. If you ever needed anything to take your mind off your day, that was it. That live was absolutely it. Anyone else suddenly want fish and chips? No, I'm in fish and chips, although I'm not a great fan of fish. Take the chips, not so sure about the fish. But if you want fish and chips, Tom, go and grab yourself some fish and chips. Thoroughly enjoying myself this evening. Hope you are. Shop Brewing, Home Brewing. Kev is saying, hello at Chris the Butcher and friends. How are you? How are you? And Kev is also saying hello to David Wilson. Naked Gun, the classic scene. Oh, the Naked Gun films, Paul. They're just incredible, aren't they? Hilarious. Even the old Police Academy films, they're fantastic as well. Proper old classic films. That sounds like another live, doesn't it? Discussing old classic films. But Naked Gun, absolutely amazing. Hello, Ewok. Kev's talking to Mark. Hello, Ewok. Mark is the original Ewok. Does look like an Ewok. It's a good look. I haven't sent his yet. Oh, why have you not sent it yet? What's the matter with you? Thumbs up. Kev wants some fish and fries. Fish and chips. There's the question, isn't it? Fish and chips. See, traditionally, English, our chips are thick, aren't they? They're big old bastards, English chips. French fries. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? See, Kev, you call it fries, but they originated from France, didn't they? French fries is what they originally were. Skinny little mofos. Frites, I think is what they French call them. Frites. But they're known as French fries. So did they really originate in the US of A, Kev? Did they really? Mark saying, don't mention the sunset. I love a good sunset. I love a good sunset. I live near Dunstable Downs. Sunsets are fantastic. Sunset Cocoa, perhaps not so fantastic. The phone's just beeped. Who's just messaged me here? Who we got messaging me on the phone? Literally just got in. Been a long one. What are you doing tonight? Well, I've only just got that message from you, Paul. I've only just got that. Strange, isn't it? I invited Paul on tonight, and literally, he sent me a message saying why he couldn't join, and it's only literally just come through now. Not a problem. It's not a problem, Paul. Not a problem at all. No issues. Why that message has only come through tonight is fucking no idea. The Crummy Beard is saying heathen. Heathen. Absolute heathen. Kev saying back. What little drummer boy? I did watch a bit of your drumming the other night, actually. Did watch a few minutes of that. Didn't mind it. So C shark. That's better. As soon as you put a sassy shark on it, Tom, I got it. Wow, what the fuck is happening on here? What is going on? I've got that one today. I'll drink it with you. Which one's that? I'm so far behind. Sorry, Caps. You got a cap? You're drinking a cap? Sunset Cocoa. Now, Paul's reviewed that as well. But to be fair, John did give Paul a hard time on a few lives about it. It's nice if you like washing up liquid. Yes, Chris, I reviewed and really enjoyed this one. Oh, I don't got no idea what we're talking about now, Mark. Which one are we talking about? Which one? What, Sunset Cocoa? You really enjoyed it? I'd be interested to see what you think. I've got no idea what we're talking about. Holy shit, my memory is bad. Not been going that long, really. What are you talking about? Sunset Cocoa is a collector's item. Yeah, that's a way of looking at it. That's a way of looking at it. Did you get any of the Arbor beers from him? I did, David. I did get some of the Arbor beers, and I didn't fucking review them, and I should have done. Yeah, I did, and I quite enjoyed some of them. Arbor are great. Out of Bristol. Fantastic. I absolutely did, and I don't know why I didn't review any of those. John's on a diet. I'm on a diet with so much chocolate in the house. I mean, you can't be on a diet, can you? If you've got so much chocolate in the house. Oh, wow. Just been sent a picture. Got a message. It says, please show this photo of Mark in a recent video he was making. So, Mark, you've been busy boy, haven't you? You've been making videos, Mark. I so hope this shows up with the camera that's, not the camera, the light that's behind there. Oh, dear. Let's see if this shows up. So, Lords, John from Lords is saying he's on the diet. But he has sent me a message. And this message, as I've said, says, please show this photo of Mark in a recent video. Now, if you're watching, everybody, Mark from Mark's Beer Reviews loves a car park. He's fascinated with car parks, which is nice. I don't mind a car park, seeing what nice cars are in the car park. But Mark is also a bit of an Ewok. I so hope this shows out. Let me turn the light off. Turn the light off. It might show up now. I hope it does. Because this is Mark. For fuck's sake. There's so much light. It's ridiculous. Let me explain the photograph. It's a multi-storey car park. And right in the middle of the multi-storey car park is an Ewok. I don't know what light's doing that. Oh, I'm so gutted you can't see it, but it's an Ewok walking down a multi-story car park. It's Mark. Simple as that. I love it, John. Absolutely love it. It is John from Lords that sent me that, Mark, just so you know. Dude, got another message. Dude, you're 14 minutes behind your feed. That's not too bad, to be honest, Daz, that I'm 14 minutes behind, because some beer reviewers, Paul, are like ages behind on their comments. I hope you enjoy Tom Stock's Investing channel. Don't know what we're talking about with that one, Paul, so I hope you enjoy it. What were we talking about? But Tom says thanks anyway. Hi, Neil Smith. You legend. Brilliant stuff. Tom is saying, don't think so, David. I'm well lost on the comments. So lost. New Bristol. Oh, you had it, Tom. The New Bristol ESP was hot. Yeah, it was amazing. That New Bristol ESP was so good. Should have reviewed it. Don't know why I did not review that. Really don't. Reasons to go back to another day. Take your word for that. I'm doing great, Shark. How about yourself? All good that people are chatting. Three-way coming up on Late Night Love. Late Night Love of Graham Torrington. Hilarious. We've got to do it. We've got to do it. It was Heart, wasn't it? It was Heart FM originally, wasn't it? I think, or was it Chiltern? Was it Chiltern? I think it used to be Chiltern FM first, didn't it? Chiltern Radio first. And then it became Heart. Then Heart was regional. Now Heart's kind of national, isn't it? Heart FM. But I'm sure it was originally Chiltern FM. Graham Torrington. Late Night Love. Loved it. Loved a bit of Late Night Love. It was fantastic. Finally had a decent Fuller's ESB on Saturday. Yeah, Fuller's ESB is great. There's a Fuller's pub near me on a lock, and it's lovely. Sitting right on the canal, and it's a Fuller's pub, and it's fantastic in the summer. Absolutely fantastic. Kevin's saying, Chris the Butcher and friends, doing okay. Thank you for asking. Glad you're doing okay. I'm going to try and catch up with these comments, and I'm going to do the final beer. Just your thoughts on Solano. John, your thoughts on Solano. What are your thoughts on Solano, John? Share with us, mate. Share with us. Nice one, Chris. Keep up the good work. I would certainly try to. Arbor's also just released an ESB. Oh, have they now? Didn't know that. Hot news off the press. Arbor have released an ESB. And Best Bitter seems to be getting more and more crafty. Good. Could the bitter be the beer style trend of 2022? I'd hope so. I'd certainly hope so. That'd be fantastic. It really would. Bitter needs a resurgence. It really does. And so, yeah, if 2022 is the year of the bitter, I'm all for it. Absolutely all for that. Yeah, that's what you need to do on your phone, Chris, or open YouTube in a new tab. Oh, shit, Tom. So you want me to open a tab on my laptop and keep in touch with what's going on here? I might have to do it on my phone. Might be easier to do it on my phone. Sounds complicated. It probably isn't as complicated as it sounds, is it, Tom? Yeah, open your live on another device. Just make sure you're logged in as the same Google account. Makes sense. I will give it a go. I will give it a go. Sid Cannon, are you planning on downing that weird pint at the end? Sid, which pint were we talking about? Because I've got a few sitting here. We've got Dragon Soup sitting here. Dragon Stout I've done. The MP one is not done. The one from Slutu Brewery, Willy Tonka. That's not finished. Hoppaloney. Did get quite a bit through that. I'm just staring down looking at them if you're wondering what the hell I'm looking at. Depends on which one you're talking about. I might end with a downing of one. We'll see. Neil saying at Lord's Co, my pleasure. Still got a few of your 3-car beers to get down my neck. Keep up the great beer. They do make great beers. Although my bank managers say, don't please. I'm quite happy with my subscription box that I got from Lords this month. And what I loved about Lords is they sent that subscription box out before Christmas. Normally arrives around, I think it's around about the 27th of the month for me, but they sent it out before Christmas and then billed me after Christmas, which I thought was amazing that Lords sent out those subscription boxes before Christmas. I thought that was an absolute touch of pure customer class. I really did. Talking of good customer service, let's go right off topic. A few weeks back, I parked in an NCP car park. I claim I didn't park there. I dropped my daughter off in town, and I stopped in an NCP car park. Didn't park in a parking space. Just drove in to drop her off to meet her friends, but a friend was 20 minutes late, so I stayed there. My daughter's 11. I'm going to stay and wait. My daughter's friend had her mum with her. And then I drove out, and I got a £60 fine from NCP car parks for being in there for 20 minutes without buying a ticket. I emailed NCP, and I was completely honest with them. And I said, look, I've got no issues with it. You're right. I was in your car park. I only stayed there for 20 minutes. I was dropping my daughter off. Unfortunately, her friend and her mum were late, so I stayed there for 20 minutes whilst waiting because I wasn't going to just kick my daughter out the car. And they replied back and said, we rescind the fine. I didn't have to pay the fine. How cool is that? Actually, people that listened, a bit of common sense. I was quite delighted with that. Don't know how I got onto that, but there you go. BBB's in Bramwell Backroom Brewery. Evening all. Evening, mate. Nice to see you in. Thank you very much. My phone's buzzed again. Oh, damn, I quite enjoyed this, but I don't drink sours generally. Sours are fantastic, Mark. I love sours. Yeah, I've got a lot of time for sours. I've had plenty, absolutely plenty of sours. They are a good beer. So, yeah, I'd give them more of a try, Mark. Got a lot of time for sours. They're definitely a summer drink, though. Definitely a summer drink. David Wilson is saying hi, Bramwell. Thomas, where have you been, mate? Didn't know you'd even gone. I'm back to what have I missed? Depends on how long ago it was you went, Tom. Depends on how long ago it was you went. I'm still enjoying this. I'm still enjoying the fact that there's people in here watching. But what we'll do is the last beer of all the beers in my fridge. I will go back to that sour because it's all right. It's not bad. So let's do the last one, people. I've been blown away by how many people have been here watching. It's been fantastic. Let's have a look at the last one. When no beer reviews, Tom Skin, you missed everything. You missed it all. You missed it all, Tom. You missed a lot, mate. All the beer, no idea. Baz, how are you, mate? Hope you're okay. Yeah, hope you're okay. Hope you can get back on the beer, Baz. How do, Chris? How many you got down to? I'm on to the last one, Baz. I'm on to the last one. I'm quite behind on the comments. We're on to the last one, people. We're on to 4 Pure Oatmeal Stout, coming in at 5.1%. This is probably now warmed up a bit because we've been going an hour and 47 minutes, which is probably my longest live ever. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've absolutely loved tonight's live, people. Thank you to all the people that have joined. Absolutely loved it. I do enjoy the lives. They're good fun. Need to get a few more guests on and stuff like that. But I work funny hours, so sometimes it's a bit difficult. So in answer to my sleeper question, which was a while ago, wasn't it, that I asked that question, it is Sleeper Chris is our new brand of beers that don't fit into the traditional style. Exciting times, exciting times. Shark is saying at Lord's Brewing, I didn't know you had traditional beers. Interesting. So here we go. Let's have a look at the last one. I mean, I'll keep talking as long as people want to be on, to be fair. But here it is, the 4 Pure Oatmeal Stout. Dark as you like. Absolutely dark as you like. Let's see if I can smell this one. I've had an issue with smell, haven't I? Had a big old issue with smell this evening. Chocolate. Do get chocolate, but again, I've got another bit of an issue with smell. Might have to do another LFT. Powdered chocolate, really powdery chocolate. Yeah, you're right, Mark. That stream was properly insane. It was hilarious. Chocolate, powdery chocolate, not exactly the most highest of quality chocolate either. Quite cheap smelling chocolate. Let's have a taste. Cheers. That's thin. What did I say the ABV was? 5.1, yeah. That's thin. But that is actually quite tasty, actually. It's got a nice Slightly bitter, quite smooth mouthfeel, bit of chocolate to it. Powdery chocolate, coffee taste to it. It's not bad, though. Not bad at all. That's right. I can't remember where I got that from. 4 Pure. That might have come from Lidl, you know. I think I might have got that from Lidl. John is saying, Neil, we have to unfortunately put a price up as our costs have gone up loads. Yeah, no, absolutely. You've got to do what you've got to do, haven't you, John? So many things are rising, aren't they? So many costs are rising. It's getting silly. And if you've got to put your prices up as a result of it, you've got to, haven't you? You've got no choice. And I understand it. Some people don't understand it, which I find a bit strange. But if prices are rising, what choice have companies got? They've got to put their prices up. They can't run at a bloody loss, can they? As difficult as times are, it's got to be done, isn't it? So, yeah, I get it, John. I absolutely get it. David Wilson, good one. Good one. Good one, David. David, it would be under Brewdog. No idea. No idea. Shark, our main sales are cask traditional beers. We sell 20 times at least what we sell online. That's quite impressive. Lord's beers are good. Now, I'm not a biased beer reviewer. I'm an honest beer reviewer. But Lord's Brewing have got a bloody good head brewer. Considering the range of beers that Lord's have released, the only one blip is the Sunset Cocoa. But yeah, their head brewer at Lord's is a special kind of man. I'd like to shake his hand because Lord's Brewing beers are just spot on. They really are. What's my favourite? What's my favourite Lord's Brewing beer? Quite difficult to say. Quite difficult to say what my favourite is. That ESB was good. The ESB, because I love a good bitter and I love a good ESB, and that ESB was fantastic. Silver Spur, I like. I do like Silver Spur. I love how aggressively kind of piney that is and dry. Really like that. Yeah, they make some, and it's the range. That's what impresses me the most about Lord's Brewing's head brewer, is the range and the variety that they can produce and turn out cracking beers. Yeah, they're fantastic. Thursday got proper random. It did get proper random, Paul. Enjoyed being part of it. I enjoyed watching it. It was ridiculously funny. It was one of the most random beer review videos. Well, not beer review, but most random beer tuber videos, lives I've ever watched. It was absolutely fucking nuts. Thomas, what do we consider old films? Is that anything from 2000? That's a good question, that, Thomas. What do we consider old films? Does that depend on your age? Does it depend on your age? Old films. What am I? I'm coming up. I'm 47 this year. I say coming up. It's July. I'm 47. What do we consider old films? I see. I'd consider the likes of Goonies, BMX Bandits, E.T., Lost Boys, the original Die Hard. They're old films to me. But then someone 30 years ago or 20 years ago would think back even further, wouldn't they? But yeah, it's a good point. It's a good question, that, Thomas. A really, really good question. It really is. At Lord's Brewing Co. Awesome. They are awesome. Absolutely. Only sent that to you about half an hour ago, Chris. Well, why did you only send it to you about half an hour ago? I gathered you weren't coming on, Paul. I gathered that after about half an hour. If you did only send it to me half an hour ago, then I got it at the right time. It's not a problem, Paul. There's always other times, mate. Not a problem. Oh, God, no. What we're referring to, oh, God, no. Is that because I'm so far behind on the comments? Fuck you, John. I wish I could have shown that picture properly. It was fucking hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Mark's having a good laugh at it as well. Yeah, Mark's got a good sense of humour. Good one there, Ewok. Does look like an Ewok. Go and check Mark's beer reviews out. Go and check him out as well. Give him a sub. If you're not already, I'm sure you probably already are. A great picture, John. First class trolling. Yeah, shame I just couldn't quite show it enough. Shame I couldn't quite show it enough. I made that photo. Ooh, John's taking the credit for Crummy Beard Tom making the photo. So, Tom, you made that photo and John's stolen your thunder. Glad you've jumped in there, Tom, and corrected that issue. John, you little sneak. It was Tom's photo. Brilliant. Oh, I finished my brandy and I've moved on to scotch and soda. I'm celebrating Shark Home Brewing's birthday. Is it your birthday, Kev? Didn't know that, mate. If it's your birthday, Kev, well, obviously it is. Happy birthday to you, mate. Happy birthday to you. And you finished your brandy and moved. It took you a long time to finish that brandy, though, Kenny. It's taken you a long time. You were drinking that when I first went on air. That was almost 2 hours ago. Can't believe I've been going 2 hours. It is a great photo, Paul. Absolutely agree. It's a fantastic photo. It's on the Lord's Discord if anyone wants to see it. Jump on Discord. For those that don't know what Discord is, download the Discord app and jump on. I think I'm right in saying that. You download the app and jump on. I know I'm on there, but it's been a long time since I've looked at Discord. Thanks, David Wilson. I can't say call to credit. Crummy Beer made it. Yeah, we know. We know. We know, John, that Tom made it. We know. He's told us. Have another one, Kenny. Yeah, have another one, Kenny. Crack on, mate. Chris, turn down your phone brightness and show the pic. It should work. It's not my phone. This is on my laptop. So can I turn down my laptop brightness? See, and it's not a laptop. It's a Chromebook. Apparently there's a difference. And I'm worried that if I start clicking on buttons, you're all going to disappear. Turn down your brightness. What I would do, BBB, is I will work on that in the future. And I'll bring that photo back up. I'm sure Mark won't mind. John? Mark, love you. I know John loves Mark, and I know Mark can take the sense of humour as well, so I know it's not an issue, which is why John probably sent it to me, and that's why I showed it, because we know everybody is all good. Not a problem. Johnny's saying hello to Bramall. How are you, mate? What you been making? Yeah, what have you been making, mate? What have you been making? My favourite bit is that Mark doesn't like Star Wars. That does make it a bit more funny, actually. If you don't like Star Wars, Mark. If you don't like Star Wars and you get referred to as an Ewok, I get it. That does make it a lot more funny, Tom. You're absolutely right. How can you look like Star Wars? Star Wars are immense. Again, going back to what Thomas is saying about old films, Star Wars is old, isn't it, really? And Rocky films. I used to love the Rocky films. How old are the original Rocky films now? Rocky 1 is... When did that come out? When did Rocky 1 first come out? Was that 70s? Was that late 70s? Someone put something in the comments when the first Rocky film came out. Love the early Rocky films. Haven't ever seen it. It's never... What, Star Wars? You've never seen Star Wars? Come on. You must have done. Yes, Daz. I knew Graham Torrington was defo Chiltern Sunday evenings. Absolutely was, wasn't it? Really was, wasn't it? Yeah, Graham Torrington. Or Toronto, as your autocorrect changed it to. Yeah, Graham Torrington, Late Night Love. Definitely the 3-4-way Graham Torrington Late Night Love evening. It's got to be done. At Lord's, love. Oh, you mean beer-wise, mate? Just a Pilsner last Saturday. Nothing wrong with a good Pilsner. Mark's reviews, it's in the other car park. Mark loves a car park. Loves them. What's the favourite car you like to hunt down in a car park, Mark? Love a Pilsner. Everyone loves a good Pilsner. There's another rogue chat I'm not going to click on. Kenny Joe. Love Kenny Joe. Absolutely fucking stand-up guys, Kenny Joe. He's been following me for a while, and always good to have Kenny Joe in. At Bramall Backroom Brewery, I should be brewing a lager this Saturday. It will be live. Ooh, not sure what time yet. That'd be interesting. I'm working Saturday. Gutted that I'm working Saturday. Not Sunday, but I am Saturday. At Lord's Brewing Co., it'll be a while before I get to taste it. It's the only drawback with a Pilsner. I mean, I don't know the intricacies of brewing. I just drink beer. Would I ever want to try home brewing? It's crossed my mind a few times, but I don't think I can do it. I haven't got the time. I just like drinking beer and reviewing it. That's what I'm about. But for people that brew their own beers, fantastic. Probably works out a hell of a lot cheaper as well. Is this your extract brew? Is it your extract brew? Answer that question. NCP, first mistake, the brewdog of the parking world. Well, I thought that, and I agree, Mark. I was thinking, they're not going to accept my appeal. I've got no chance. They wanted 60 quid. And if I appealed and lost, they wanted 100 quid. But I accepted it. I was amazed. I absolutely was amazed. And I literally got the email today, Mark, and it said, we've reviewed your appeal and we accept it. You will no longer hear from us. I was amazed. I was thinking I was in an NCP car park for 20 minutes. I hadn't paid for it, but I was only waiting. In my mind, I wasn't parked. I was waiting. And they accepted it. So fair play, NCP. I know a lot of people slate these private parking companies and whatever, and I've certainly have done over the years, but they accepted it. So fair play, NCP. Fair play to you. Yes, Bramwell, it takes us 90 to 95 days. I'm guessing that's 90 to 95 days to brew a Pilsner. That's what I'm guessing. And the Shark is, Kev is saying, at Bramwell Backroom, yes, to keep the live within a couple of hours. Yes, it's always worth the wait. Most good things are worth the wait, aren't they? All good things that we have to wait for are worth the wait. And he's also saying that back at Kev, I'll hopefully tune in and pester you. Yeah, tune in and pester Kev. Kev's a great guy. Tune in, pester him. You'll like it. Thumbs up. Harish is back with a comment. Good crowd in tonight. You're right, Harish. I've been quite amazed with the crowd in tonight, and I've done over 2 hours, which I don't think I've ever done over 2 hours on a live. So, yeah, I'm delighted, Harish. And the beer is better than most of the black country houses. Shame so many pubs sell crap beer. Oh, yeah, I think they're just tied in, aren't they? So many pubs are tied into contracts and breweries that it makes life difficult, which is a shame. It's a shame how many pubs we're losing. There's some great pubs, some fantastic pubs, and it's a sad sight to see so many pubs going. I mean, the village I live in, I mean, to be fair, it is only a small village. In its heyday, we're talking many years ago, I think this village I lived in had something like 15 pubs. It's down to 1 now, and that 1 isn't particularly fantastic, to be fair, which is a shame. I'd hate to see British pubs disappear forever. I don't think they will, but yeah, it's a shame. It is a shame. It's been great, Chris. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. I've really enjoyed it. We're getting close towards the end, to be fair, but I'm glad you've enjoyed it. It's been a great live. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. But we all need to do a live together soon. Chris, that stout is okay. When I had one, enjoyed a Bandon Car afterwards. Got so much more from the later, which is my favourite Lord's beer. Bandon Car's a good old porter. Do like the Bandon Car. It wasn't in my subscription box this month, which, to be fair, in the nicest sense, I wasn't disappointed when I saw everything else that was in there. Jasper was in there, and Jasper I really like. Such a straightforward, decent flavoured golden ale with a bit of ginger in it. Jasper, really, really nice. I could drink that all day, every day. Harish, I supply them every so often, but they'll only ever order the cheap beer. At Chris's beer reviews, yes, this was a great live. Thank you, Kev. I appreciate that, mate. Hope you do some more in the future. Next time, do some better beers. You're absolutely right, Kev. I do need to do some better beers. And I love the lives. I actually enjoy the lives more than my normal beer reviews. I do love them. There is a bit of a buzz about doing a live, and I never thought I was good enough to do lives. I never thought I was almost like worthy enough, if you like, to do lives. And I'll be honest, because I'm an honest guy. That's the only way I can do things. I always get nervous before a live. I always think, are people going to watch? People going to be interested? Do people really care what I want to talk about on the live? And I've got some ideas for lives. So, yeah, so for people to come on here and say, yeah, great live, really enjoyed it, to see that there's still 22 people watching me, I'm absolutely blown away. I really am, because I get a big buzz from lives, but I stress about them at the same time. So to see so many people in, bloody fantastic. And I have drunk every single beer that I thought I was going to. Well, not drunk them all, but I've certainly tasted them all. So yeah, I really appreciate that comment, Kev. Really do. At Lord's, will you hit your site for some beer? Any discount codes? Can't answer that one for you, Harish. What I can say, Harish, is Lord's beers are good. They are good. And I'm not just saying that because John's in the chat. I've had telephone conversations with John. I was on a live with him the other night. They just are bloody good beers. They really are. At Lord's Co, even if you're slight increase, you're a very competitive quality brewing. Absolutely quality brewing. They just are quality brewing. Yeah. Harish, try hashtag no boat. You'll get free shipping. Well, there you go, Harish. There you go. Jump on. Get some of that free shipping. Nothing wrong with a bit of free shipping. I'd say 1985. Hi, Thomas. Yeah, I'd say so. That's a good year to go back to on age of films, isn't it? 1985. 1985, I was 10 years of age. So yeah, that's about the right sort of time, isn't it? To talk about old films. I love 80s films. I love 80s music. I'll always advocate 80s music. One of my greatest songs of all time is Duran Duran Wild Boys. Love Duran Duran Wild Boys. Play that every now and then, and I love it. Love a bit of 80s. Can't help it. At Lord's, Tommy. Yeah, Tom. As Chris the Butcher is saying, 80s films are old but now classics, and they are, aren't they? Go back to things like the Goonies and BMX Boys, etc. Absolute classics. And they're still enjoyable. That's the thing with some of the 80s classics films, and Back to the Future. They're still enjoyable films. And even kids now, like I've got a 17-year-old son, an 11-year-old daughter. They even enjoy some of the old 80s films. They're just classics. They really are. Do you know what ET is short for? He's got tiny legs. He has got tiny legs. CTB, Chris the Butcher, what's your favourite 80s film? There you go, John. There you go. Chris, what is your favourite 80s film? I couldn't answer that question as to what my favourite 80s film is. Goonies has always been up there. Lost Boys has always been up there. Difficult question, that. Thanks, Bramble. It's got to be Back to the Future. Oh, Ghostbusters. Oh, how did I not mention Ghostbusters? What a film. Can't separate the two. Back to the Future and Ghostbusters. Two absolute classics. Absolute classics, aren't they? And even like I just said a minute ago, even kids at this age love a bit of the classic 80s. Raggy, you legend. How are you, mate? Good evening all, and great to see you looking well, Chris. I am doing well, Raggy. It's nice to see you in here as well, mate. I hope you are doing really well as well. Hope you're doing fantastic, actually, Raggy. I know I messaged you the other day on the old Instas, and I hope you're doing well, mate. I really, really do. David is saying hi to Raggy as well. The brightness on your phone where the pick is, sorry, not your Chrome. Yeah, I need to have a look at the brightness. Just generally, the ambiance in this room is pretty poor. Need to have a look at the lighting. Oh, I love the banter, lads. I know you do, Mark. And I know that's why John sent me the picture, etc., because we all know you can take the banter. So that's really good. Banter's cool. Kenny is saying, all my mixed drinks are in a pint glass all the way to the rim. Good stuff, mate. All the way to the rim. Are we talking whiskies? Because you were having a whiskey a while ago, all the way to the rim of a pint glass. Mate. Happy New Year to you, Chris. Good to see you feeling better, mate. Nice to see you, Philip. Thank you very much for joining. I haven't even had a mouthful of beer for a while. Let's have a little bit of this stout. John is saying, Chris the Butcher, both epic films, hard to pick. They are hard to pick. Here's an outside one. What do you remember? Flight of the Navigator. Yeah, the Flight of the Navigator. Watched it with the kids recently and I loved it. And Johnny Five. Oh, you see, that's the thing, isn't it? There's so many cracking 80s films going on, isn't there? Johnny Five, he's alive. Cracking film. Flight of the Navigator, cracking film. Then we can even look at the Karate Kid as well, can't we? The original Karate Kids. They're just fantastic, aren't they? Some of the 80s original classics that I know my daughter's watched. They're all in the room now. My son's in the room, the wife's in the room. They've all come bowling in. They can't help it. They have to do it. They all want to go to bed. We can all go to bed. Let's ask the wife. Rachel, classic 80s film. Go on.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Any others?
Top Gun.
Top Gun. Oh, Top Gun, another legendary film. Again, that's now been, they're making a new Top Gun. Well, it's already been, it's out, it's filmed. They haven't released it. Anything else?
I can't think of anything else. I'm too tired to go to bed.
She's too tired. She's going to bed. Short Circuit, that's what it was called. Johnny Five, he's alive. Short Circuit, absolutely, John. Loved a bit of Short Circuit. Another classic. John saying hello to Raggy. 1977, Chris. Yeah, first Rocky. I think it was late 70s, wasn't it? Really was. 76, yeah, Sid saying the same. It definitely was late 70s. Flight of the Navigator is awesome. It is, Raggy. You're absolutely right. Fantastic. Good to see everyone on each other's streams. And it is, Raggy, isn't it? It's good to see people on other people's streams, supporting each other. That's what this community should all be about, shouldn't it? Drinking beer, chatting crap, having a good time. That's exactly what it's all about. It was awesome, Chris. Absolutely. Johnny Five is alive. That's what Jim Savile said. Oh, Jimmy Savile. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Nope, never seen it. I've hardly ever seen any films, mate. I'm so bad. Come on, Lollipop. Come and give us a hug. My daughter's going to bed, but she won't come and give me a hug because she doesn't want to appear on camera. Although she's beautiful anyway. Bye, Lau. Lau. Jaws. Yeah, my son Nathan, 17. He's just popped up with Jaws. And look who's just put this comment at the same time. Kev, Shark's Home Brewing has said Jaws as well. Absolutely. Jaws gave me proper nightmares as a kid. That was one of the films that gave me the most horrendous nightmares was Jaws. But yeah, Jaws, and my son said Jaws. Again, there's so many classics, isn't there, from the 80s? God, it's a whole nother live, isn't it, chatting about 80s films. I remember watching it with my dad when I was a kid. Chris the Butcher. It's funny how music can take you back so vividly. Absolutely, they do, don't they? My wife's off to bed as well. Good night, love. Nathan, my 17-year-old son, is making a cheese wrap. It's all going on in this house. It's all going on. But yeah, music can take you back as well. And it does, doesn't it, John? Music takes you back immensely. Even more so than films for me, music. Maybe because music you kind of hear more often on radio stations. But yeah, boy, can music take you back. It really can. Bramall saying Raggy's beer reviews this evening. Evening to a Raggy. Jaws seconded. Yeah, Jaws. What a film. What a film. Has anybody seen the Jason Statham film? Was it Megalodon, Nathan?
Yeah, Meg.
Megalodon. I don't mind that either. Kind of almost like a modern day take on Jaws, but I found that quite amusing. E.T. is still the king of films. It is, isn't it? E.T. will never fade away.
I don't think I've watched that.
You've never watched E.T., Nathan?
No.
Get a life.
It was either Steve or James who cry in a certain scene.
E.T. made a lot of people cry. E.T. did make kids cry. Watership Down. There's another one. How many people did Watership Down upset as well? Amazing. Even David Lords and Bramall. Sorry, Chris the Butcher. I missed and answered you instead of Raggy. Not a problem, mate. The Terminator as well. Shit, Paul, you're right. The Terminator. Fuck. So many great films. So many great films. And yet look how many are now being copied. Look how many films they're trying to release off the back of all those great films. Top Gun being another one. And that has actually got Tom Cruise in it. There's a new Top Gun film coming out, isn't there? So many great 80s films that have kind of been re-released in some kind of way, but based on the original 80s films. People are just running out of ideas. But yeah, Terminator. Classic. Absolute classic. Kev saying hello to Raggy as well, which is great. Oh my shit, God, Chris the Butcher, Beverly Hills Cop. Oh my God, I've got the box sets of Beverly Hills Cop. It just doesn't end, does it? This 80s business doesn't end, does it? Beverly Hills Cop, I love them. Absolutely love them. I think the last ever Beverly Hills Cop was a little bit too cheesy, but still enjoyed it. But the original Beverly Hills Cop, oh shit, loved it. Got the box set, love it. Absolutely bang on, Chris the Butcher. Love Beverly Hills Cop. There's just too many. There's another one. Lethal Weapons as well. Oh my God. How great. How great were the films in the 80s and even early 90s. Shit, Lethal Weapons. Superb stuff. Empire Strikes Back is the best 80s movie. I Am Your Father. Yeah, fuck off. Absolutely. Eddie Murphy was class. Oh, Eddie Murphy is, isn't he? He was class in those early 80s films. Certainly in the Beverly Hills Cops. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely love them. I'm off tomorrow. I'm not working tomorrow. I might have to have a little binge on the Beverly Hills Cops as a reminisce. Love them. Absolutely fantastic. Lethal Weapon. Absolutely, John. Trading Places. Look at them. The list is ongoing, isn't it? Loving this. Loving it. Trading Places was class. Mel Gibson's mullet was superb. We all like Predator as well. Shit. Predator. Quality film as well. The Rambos, if you like. Rambo as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, the 80s were amazing, weren't they? I actually need to review some Lord's beers, to be fair, on my to-do list. Yeah, get them in, Raggy. Get them in, mate. Thank you, John. Appreciate that comment. You're doing great at lives. I love it. I do love lives. I love them so much. I need to do more. Just get such a lift off them. They make me feel so good doing a live. David Wilson, it's going well, Chris. Go with the flow. Works well. Absolutely. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Lives are great, especially if you schedule beforehand. YouTube is shite for people, letting people know. Yeah, I agree with that. Chris, you've been great and kept it flowing. Loved it, mate. And good. I appreciate that. Bramall, I do try and keep them going. It's difficult. When you're on your own, it is difficult. But I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed tonight. Probably been the most enjoyable live I've done tonight, by far. By far. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate that, mate. Crummy Beard is saying, Raggy. Raggy's a ledge. Raggy is saying, good evening, Mr. Crumby. What colour Ferrari would you want? Ooh, there's an interesting question. Square Table Degenerates podcast. Thank you very much for joining. What colour Ferrari would you want? I wouldn't want red. And I know red is traditionally Ferrari, but I wouldn't want red. Black's quite nice. I'm going to go yellow. I'm going to go yellow. I'm going to go yellow, Square Table. I do like a yellow Ferrari. I don't know why, but I do like them. What's his name? Oh, shit. Who presented TGI Friday? Then has done Top Gear. What's his name? Ginger bloke. Chris what? What's his surname? Why has my mind gone blank on what his name is? Who's got a fleet of Ferraris and he's had every single one of them painted white. Don't know why you'd do that. What's his name? Ginger bloke. I'm going to scroll down the comments until someone tells me what it is. Shit, I'm way behind on these comments, aren't I? Holy shit, I'm way behind. But I'll go yellow. Absolutely go yellow. Red's just too Ferrari. Black, just don't like. I'd go yellow. What? Oh my God, why has my mind gone so blank on that Chris? That's ridiculous. Too much beer. Tommy's saying, I lie. I do have a stout. Salted caramel billionaire. The salted caramel billionaire stout, is that the M&S one? Because that was okay, actually, with Arbor and M&S, wasn't it? There you go. Yeah, that was all right. Red STD. A red sexually transmitted disease, John. Something you want to talk about there, mate? Cracking. Open it in a minute. You crack on and open it, mate. I'm still amazed. There's 20 people in here on one of my lives. I'm just absolutely blown away. That would be the hotness, a red Ferrari. That is why John has said red. Red STD. I'm shit, aren't I? Cracking it open in a minute. Good. If you haven't already, watched the film Sing Street, a fantastic musical comedy drama about kids growing up in the 80s Ireland. That's a good idea. I will watch that, Neil. I'll give that one a punt, mate. I obviously grew up in the 80s. I was born in 75. Grew up on a council estate in London in the 80s. Boy, the times we had. I could do a whole live on the things we used to get up to on a council estate in London in the 80s. Fucking hilarious times. Ferrari, you mean Porsche? Oh, you see, Thomas, I'm a Porsche man, mate. Always been a Porsche man since I was a kid. My bedroom wall was covered in Porsches. Absolutely covered. One of my dream cars is a Porsche 959. Oh, I'd love a 959. Rare as hen's teeth now. Proper money. But yeah, around about the same time as the 959 was the Ferrari F40, which was an amazing motor, the Ferrari F40. And the Porsche 959, I think, did 199 mile an hour. And yet the Ferrari F40 did 201, which kind of trumped the Porsche in its time. But I didn't care. I just loved the Porsche 959. And I still do. Absolutely amazing looking car. And still is, really. So yeah, Porsche. Always been one of my favourites. Ferrari Red Square Table, yeah, Ferrari Red. I get it. I get the Ferrari Red. That's one of them. A lovely beer. Lord Santom, I agree. Days of Thunder as well. Oh my God, Days of Thunder. Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman. What a film. What a film. Absolutely. Believe it or not, Scott, I am. I can't believe it, Scott. I've done 2 hours, 20 minutes, Scott. I've never gone this long on a live, and there's 20 people watching. I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. I really am. Absolutely. So thank you for coming back in, Scott. I do appreciate it, mate. David is saying hi to Scott. Absolutely. I should say hello to Scott. Stroker Ace. Don't know what Stroker Race is. And Scott is, Kev is saying hello to Scott on Wonders World. Absolutely saying hello to Scott. David fucking Wilson, hope you're well, mate. Good old Scott saying hello to David Wilson as well. Scott's also saying hi to Kev on that one. I love the fact that everyone's interacting. This is amazing. Amazing how many people are watching me. Shark, you know I've never watched it and should. Two Lane Blacktop is another I haven't watched. John is saying hello to Scott. Fantastic. Bramwell saying hello to Scott as well. That's great. David saying hello to Scott. You and Wonder okay? Hope you are both okay. Right, everyone, I'm off to Slumberland. Mark, thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Massively appreciate it. You don't need to thank me for the stream. I'm just blown away by how many people are watching it. It's me that should be thanking you lot. So thank you very much. Scott saying, evening, Rob and John. Meg was daft but fun. It was, wasn't it, David? That's what I loved about it. Megalodon was daft, but it was fun. It was easy to watch. It was amusing, wasn't it? Meg was so stupid but proper entertaining. Exactly. That's what I mean. It was, wasn't it? It was so ridiculous, so daft, so stupid, but fun to watch. Scott saying, yeah, David, all good here, mate. I cried at ET. So many people did, John. So many people have cried at ET. I probably did myself. I probably did myself back in the 80s. Best 80s movie was The Breakfast Club. Yep. I had Carl the janitor on my show. Oh, amazing. That's the nuts. I cry in most films. That Soppy Bar Steward, I'll give you that, Raggy. I'm a bit of a sop when it comes to some films. My wife can be quite brutal, and there's me getting all teary on some films. My wife's like, what's the fucking matter with you? So, yeah, I get it. I get that one, Raggy. Absolutely get it. Chris the Butcher saying, evening, Scott. I feel like the new remakes are often not that good. They're not, are they? They're never going to replace the originals. But and there's a new Matrix out as well, isn't there? There's another good film. But the Matrix, that's been kind of not remade as such, but they've done a Matrix. I will go and see it. But yeah, there's another one. And they're just not, are they? They're not as good. They can't. Think about the new Ghostbusters, you know, there's been a couple of new Ghostbusters. They're not the same, are they? They're just not. Oh, Jesus, the Butcher's in. The Butcher is in. It's been in a while. Police Academy, yeah, absolutely, Thomas. I mentioned the Police Academy films earlier. Cracking films. Predator, American Werewolf, absolutely. We did mention Predator, but American Werewolf, there's another banger as well. American Werewolf. So many ridiculously amazing films. So many. And when you look at modern films, they're all about CGI, aren't they? And technology. The films from the 80s, things were changing. They were incredible. Deer Hunter. Deer Hunter. Oh my God. I forgot about Deer Hunter as well. Deer Hunter. What a film. Police Academy was so freaking funny. And they were. Pretty much all of the police academies were funny, weren't they? They really were absolutely incredible. Scott wonders, well, Jack Howard told me to tell you to fuck off. Jack Howard and Scott have an amazing relationship. There's no offense meant in that. There's another comment I'm not going to click on because it's a spam one. I need to get these moderators sorted out. Brammer was saying, you know, you're getting old when you remember the original and the remake versions. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, look, the Russians are in. Some remakes I can't even watch, like they remade Total Recall. No way, man. Total Recall, there's another film. That was fucking strange, wasn't it, when that first came out, Total Recall. Right, I'm going to whiz through these comments, people, and then I'm going to call it a day. I've had a good time. It's been fantastic. I've not done a live for this long. Stand By Me. John is saying, Raggy, give me an email and I'll send you some over. Send you some beers over. Do it, Raggy. Send him an email. John will sort you out, mate. Caddyshack, another one. Why is my button not working? Bramwell, thank you for all the help with the homebrew, mate. Well, there you go. That's fantastic. Glad Bramwell's helped Scott out with the homebrew. I know Scott's been dabbling, so that's really cool. And that's the great thing, isn't it, about this beer community is you have a channel, you do a live, you do all your reviews and people chat and you end up helping each other out as well. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Fantastic. You feel so tired after the live. I agree with that, John. Absolutely do agree with that. I come off buzzing, but I'm shattered at the same time. Absolutely agree. So many films not made into good remakes, especially even as they were. Absolutely agree with that. 48 Hours, another cracking film. Chris Evans. Fucking hell, Mark. How did I forget the surname? Chris Evans, absolutely. Got a fleet of Ferraris and he's had every single one of them sprayed white. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? But each to their own. Bramwell was saying, Scott won as well. No problem at all. Keep me updated. Hope it's still looking good, mate. Yeah, keep us updated. Fantastic. Bill and Ted. There's another one. Yellow Ferrari all day long. Oh, yes, Daz. Glad you agree. Same as Ducati. Absolutely. Ducatis have got to be yellow, haven't they? Yeah, you're right, Daz. Chris Evans, that's my brain issue. Fucking not telling me it was Chris Evans. Weird Science. Weird Science. There's another one. Oh my God. Weird Science. So many great films. I've just original 911. Oh, the original 911. The original 911 Turbo with the big ass whale tail. What a car. I drove a left-hand drive 959. And it metallic red, wine colour with a poo brown interior. Yeah, the interiors on the Porsches weren't great, were they, back then? But still, I'm delighted you got to drive one, John. Delighted you got to drive a 959. I'd love to. Absolutely love to. Used to have a bendy ET, mate. I did have a bendy ET, mate. That's a massive memory. As soon as you said that, I was like, I did. You're right. Fucking hell. Glad you're still in, Pete. And a bogglehead with the eyes that moved on your fingers. Hell yeah. Chris the Butcher, he's off to bed. Night, everyone. I'm not far behind you, Chris the Butcher. Thank you so much for joining me, Chris the Butcher. Massively appreciate that. John is saying, see you later. David Wilson is saying, good night, Chris the Butcher. Shark saying, good night, Chris the Butcher. Good night, Chris, and all the chat from Bramwell. Absolutely. I'm up to date with the comments. I'm all done. Thank you so much to everyone that's joined. It's been the longest live I've done. Massively enjoyed it. Massively enjoyed that so many people have joined in to watch it. I'm blown away. Absolutely blown away. Thank you so much, everyone that's joined. I'm all done. I'll see you all very much on the next one. Latest, Pete. Thank you very much. Let's meet up in Feb. We will, mate. I'm going into a period, Pete, where I'm working a lot of weekends. But in Feb is when I come out of working all those weekends. So we'll definitely do it, Pete. And ping me a text as well, because my memory thing causes me issues. Let me just finally finish with these. Kev, thank you very much. See you all later. David, thank you so much. John, thank you so much. You're a ledge, mate. And everyone's a ledge that's joined in tonight. I've massively enjoyed it all. You're all stars. Cheers, Pete. Thank you, everybody. Take care. All the best. See you very, very soon on the next one. Thank you.